Mr. McMahon, don't you?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
I said yes. Vince McMahon with the WWE.
Check out the big brain on you.
You know what they call WrestleMania in France?
This is good. Tell him, Eddie. Eddie.
WrestleMania.
That's right. But do you know when WrestleMania is?
April 3rd.
Look at you. But if you're so smart, why haven't you bought tickets to said WrestleMania 21?
Because they're sold out.
But there is pay-per-view.
Somebody stole our pay-per-view box.
You hear that, Eddie? Somebody stole their pay-per-view box.
That's a real shame.
Do you read the Bible, son?
Yes.
You see, I got this passage memorized. Ezekiel 25:17. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. Now can you dig that, sucker?
WrestleMania tickets?
WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
This is Doc Gallows and the Machine Gun Carl Anderson, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Throwbacks with Phil, Jay, and that pain in the ass Choppy, and that's just too sweet ski. Woo-hoo.
What this network needs, this network gets. I promise you that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Broadcasting live from Shaolin, Staten Island, New York City.
Freak Show Central.
Where's that?
New York City.
It's the Turnbuckle Throwbacks Wrestling Podcast with Phil, Jay, and that pain in the ass, Choppy. On Rant EM Radio, proud member of the Shining Wizards Network and Dark Satellite Media.
Viva la raza!
I lie, I cheat, I steal. I lie, I cheat, I steal. Yo, mamacita, I got that passion that's lasting long. Los mujeres fall in love with that Latin charm. One woman isn't enough, amigo. Siempre cogiendo más mujeres porque soy Latino. And I'm tough and tough, calling your bluff, cuz I lie, I cheat, I steal. I lie, I cheat, I steal. I don't care if you don't like me. Everybody wants to fight me.
Everybody wants to fight me. Everybody wants to fight. No.
I'm gonna have a sore throat.
I don't speak Spanish.
After all this talking.
Well, we talk more before the show than any time. I mean, when we talk about the P word,
Yeah,
off the air, it's passionate talking, but it's not like we were yelling at each
absolutely
other.
not.
It was just a friendly debate.
It's not like CNN and Fox News where they talk over each other and yell at each other.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, man, it's a shit show. But you know what? It's
the world we live in.
I grew up to respect my fellow man to an extent, and I can understand. And Jay said it best. Jay was like, you have these discussions so you can learn.
Yeah.
And I think the whole thing is a learning curve, but I think certain people just set in their ways.
Yeah.
And they don't want to conform to their environment,
And this is why I am not a Democrat or a Republican.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? It's the same thing here. Same thing here. And it's so funny how we're all independents. Like, you know
That's
what I mean?
right.
Like,
That's right.
And I think that's why we can have a conversation with pun intended.
Oh, look at you.
Which
this
pun
fucking
intended.
guy.
Cheap, getting myself over.
Cheap Heat.
Wait. It's your contribution. Thank you, Power Strip.
What's up there, fucking gypsy?
Gypsy.
And Fubar.
Fubar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 382 of the Turnbuckle Throwbacks Wrestling Podcast. We're live on the Rant EM Radio, Rant Entertainment Media, part of the Shining Wizards Network, part of Dark Satellite Media. We're doing a little early this night because technical stuff going on behind the scenes.
Correct.
And we're gonna be long story short, let's get everything out of the way first. Let's say hello to Choppy because he's here 2 weeks in a row. It's a blessing.
Hey,
Choppy's a pain in the ass.
And let's say hello
to
the man, the myth, the legend.
8-bit is awesome.
You want to know something? You know that one song that you hear constantly when it first starts coming out on the radio and you fucking hate it? And you keep hearing it and you're like, hey, wait a minute. I'm starting to like this now.
What do they call that? Stockholm Syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah, this is by far, Choppy. Thank you very much for introducing this song.
You want this version, though?
The original's good, too.
Listen to that sax solo.
The sax. There's enough sax.
There's never enough sax in this song.
There's never enough sax. I thought he said sack. I'm like,
when I hear this music, I think
how many balls to the face are you taking?
When I hear that song, I think about Robert Palmer from the 80s. Simply irresistible.
Dude, he does a version of Mercy Me from Marvin Gaye.
Oh.
He died very young. He died at 50. I'm a Robert Palmer
You want to
guy.
know why?
And
big time smoker.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he was a Power Station. He had a band called Power Station.
I
yeah, because the guy from fucking Duran Duran.
It was him and basically half of Duran Duran.
Yeah, it was really that. That was a good group.
Phil Ray, a fun fact, one of my favorite karaoke songs is I Didn't Mean to Turn You On. I get all the bitches that night.
Dude, Rob Palmer is very underrated.
I love Palmer.
Especially Power Station, forget it.
Yeah.
Good band.
I didn't realize he died from, yes.
But now I find it simply irresistible.
Yeah, if I read it correctly, it was because he was a smoker. That's why.
Doctor, give me the... He does all those songs, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
So good.
Rest in peace. 50 years old. He was like 2001. He died 2002, I think he died.
2001. It was 2001.
Yeah. I was still living in Brooklyn, so I know it was
he
before
was
2000.
He was so good.
She's so fine. There's no telling where the money went.
Remember those short-haired bitches in that video?
Dude. And then he does. I'm telling you, man, he's the shit. I have him on. I have all his music on my on the Amazon gimmick.
You know, it was them. I love Power Station a lot when I was a kid, and I also love fucking NXS.
NXS,
Don't Change, one of my favorite songs.
You know what? I
love NXS.
I wasn't really a big fan of the music, but the story of Michael Hutchins is amazing.
What, he hung himself because he was fixated himself?
Yeah,
he was kind of a
weirdo.
Well, not weird. I mean, he was weird for how he
was
died.
like an enigma.
Yeah, exactly.
He's an enigma.
He was like the Jeff Hardy of New Wave.
Okay.
Don't Change, one of the greatest songs ever. Yeah. I love that song.
He reminded me a little bit of Jim Morrison a little bit.
Yes.
He had a swag.
Yeah,
right? He had a Jim Morrison swag. Absolutely.
Sure.
I agree with that. So, all right. So here's the long short of it. Choppy is moving sooner than later.
Yeah,
right?
I'm supposed to be out of this current location by December 1st, but we were able to get something a lot sooner.
Yeah,
which is good.
Which is really good because we were.
It was looking grim,
really bleak.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen is we're gonna set up shop at my place until Choppy's all settled.
Correct.
And now what's up there, Mr. Rob Domingo? Where are all the gimmicks on the wall? We're explaining that. So right now we're gonna move. We're gonna go to Phil, my place for a while, and then once Choppy's settled, we'll come in. We'll reconvene. And
but it's funny because like we were talking. We got a few ideas. We'll clue Choppy in, but I kind of like where we're going with.
Yeah, what we'll do is even if we do it at my place for a little while, we're still gonna take all the gimmicks and bring them back to Chops because I was just telling Brielle the same thing about the light. So I was like, "Can I borrow that light?" And Jay's like, "No, we'll just get our own fucking light. We should have one anyway." I'm like, "Yeah, all right." So we'll get into that. But the bottom line is, we got to get Choppy out of here and just to start his new chapter in life. And
which is good. I really want to get the fuck out of here.
That was the gist I got even from Bree.
I want to get the fuck out of here so badly.
That's the first. Bree was like, "I'm done with this place." She said,
"Fuck this place."
She said, "I'm done."
The place that we got now is actually very nice. I hope you guys come when you guys can.
Now, where is this now?
It's right off of Midland Avenue.
So it's South Beach.
Pretty much South Beach. Pretty much.
Oh, it's South Beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
We thought we were going to go to that Great Kill spot, but they were charging way too much. Even more than this. So this was a little cheaper. Not much cheaper, but it's a little cheaper. and we're right by the beach. There's a bunch of playgrounds for the kids.
Yeah.
And it's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a really nice kitchen, nice living room. I'm actually going to finally have a living room where I can actually watch TV now.
That's cool.
And we're actually going to start getting the furniture ready. New furniture is going to be going in there.
Oh.
So that WrestleMania might be Casa del Margasa.
All right.
Oh, can we even say Royal Rumble?
Why not? Why the fuck not?
Well, it's your birthday. That's your birthday weekend, though. So
why not? Why not?
Yes, near the Psych Center and the Turkeys. Correct, Rob.
The turkey's going to be my best friend.
Turkeys are running wild over
the
there.
South Beach geriatric. Wait, what time is it? I know, Kevin. We're starting early because we have to pack up the shop and head over to my place. So I apologize, but I put it on Facebook a little bit. We didn't know what we were going to do. I was actually going to cancel, and then I was like, why should we have to cancel?
And then we were going to put it in the can and just send it to Double A.
So I texted Double A. My boss, we're going to start early. He goes, you have carte blanche, he said. He said, you do what you got to do.
That's it.
And I said, thank you very much. So that's what we are now. And once we're done here, we'll break this up and head over to my place. And then once Choppy settled, we'll get it over to his place.
It shouldn't take me that long to get settled over there.
No,
not at all.
I'm not worried about it. But, it's just.
I'm planning on doing it like starting Sunday. I'm going to start doing 2 rooms a day.
Yeah.
Start with the kitchen. Start with the bathroom downstairs. Work my way up here. And
that's ideal.
Yeah.
I hate. Is there anything worse in this world than moving?
Fuck moving. Bro.
My next move, I'm paying somebody, man.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to get people to help. Because
but here's the problem.
Going on.
Here's the problem. Who the fuck? What if we go into fucking lockdown and I can't find anybody to move?
Yeah.
I understand.
Well, if anything, dude, this is probably the perfect time to.
Well, I had to move during it. It sucked, bro.
Oh, it was a pain in the ass. I'm sure it was.
And it would charge me
because I was in Philadelphia when you moved.
Correct you.
I was there for like a month. So
hey, cuz.
Anybody seen Richie?
Richie. So yeah. So that's what's gonna happen now, and we have a new setup coming soon too. We'll do some stuff with the live feed and
I think
graphics.
It'd be kind of cool.
All the shit we have stuff in the can that we're working on. And we have some really cool fucking throwbacks for you the next couple of weeks. So the plan was because apparently, COVID is back on the rise again. So I was almost considering going remote again, but I don't know if we have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not.
We'll play it by ear.
We'll see what happens with the news says.
I mean, I'm pretty. Listen, I'm good, and I know where I've been. I'm not going many places right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the problem is too, is like no one's really following the rules.
Yeah.
And then they want to shut shit down and listen, and then you want to shut everything down and panic again, but that's not going to do anything, because in 6 weeks you start a new deal, and then what happens? And it's a vicious cycle. I don't want to get into it because we just got into it before. We got into a big discussion about it.
Was it Brielle went to go do some Instacart shopping for some customers today? And she's at Costco was a mad zone.
It's been like that.
It's going to start happening.
It's bad. No, it was bad. Like bad.
I got a Sam's Club card just recently.
Sam's Club is shit. Better than Costco.
I can, whatever you guys need, man. I got my company gave me a card for like real cheap.
Hey now.
So oh my. Where is it? I have all my? Yes, I do. What's up there, Mr. Sulu?
Oh my.
All right. So that's what's going on. 2 more episodes. We're thinking about doing something for Thanksgiving week. Jay has a throwback he wants to do if we're all around. So right now, the plan is you're going to get 2 shows right now, maybe 3 for the rest of the month. And then December's going to be dope because we have the Christmas party with the Wizards.
Yeah.
And we have Starcade 90, which is Sting. 30th anniversary of Sting. And then we have the 30th anniversary after that of the Royal Rumble of 91.
Yes.
It's going to be, and a lot of shit we have going on, and then we'll start doing the Patreon stuff too. So we have a lot of stuff to feel lined up.
Yeah, that's our New Year's resolution is
to be more diligent with the shit,
Patreon.
because we have to start expanding a little bit.
Yes. What do they call that?
Diversifying your bonds, like the Wu-Tang clan does.
Wu-Tang.
Bong, Wu-Tang's for the children.
Yep.
It is.
Wu-Tang Financial, that's what it was.
Yeah, so and COVID's scaring the fuck out of us lately, because now that Jay and our neighborhoods have the highest rate right now, apparently.
I feel fine. I taste the beer, so I'm good.
Yeah,
to go.
That's fantastic.
I'm gonna have arrhythmia because I keep drinking these fucking gimmicks.
They said that alcohol is the best remedy for fucking COVID.
Listen. Once again, I'm gonna go to my the only thing, I've worn a mask. I wash my hands. I've always washed my hands. I work with garbage, goddammit, But the only thing I've done differently during this time is not bite my nails. And you know what? COVID free. I'm not saying that's the cure, guys. I'm not saying it's the cure, but I haven't had it.
Are you talking about the band, The Cure?
Show me how you do that trick. That dude dressed like a woman and banged the hottest models on the planet.
What about Prince? Prince dressed like a fucking woman. He banged everybody.
Not as bad as Robert Smith, though. Robert Smith looked like a bitch. Prince dressed
I don't know.
Come on.
Stop it. You see, no, Robert Smith wore full makeup, dude. Like makeup, like he looked like a bitch.
But
More than Prince?
More than Prince.
Prince looked like a fawn. He looked like Bambi.
Prince, listen, all I'm saying is that if you look, I'm telling you, pull up pictures.
Prince is 100 times more effeminate than Robert Smith.
Look at Robert
ever
Smith's
was.
early picture. I'm telling you, man.
No
I've
way.
seen pictures of him.
That was emo, buddy. Come on.
That's emo. Two different
Why
things.
can't I be you?
You know what song was really good? The one he did for the Crow film.
Yes.
That
You ever hear the Cure do Purple Haze?
yes, that's good.
There's a
I
Jimi
never did
Hendrix.
hear it.
There's a Jimi Hendrix tribute album. Came out. It's called Stone Free, and they do Purple Haze. There's a couple of them on there that are good. Spin Doctors are on there. Hello, can you? Nothing.
I hear something in the background.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Oh, that's probably from the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is it
Yes, I think it is.
really?
I hear it. I don't know why I hear it. Me and Jay heard it right away. We're like, what the hell is that?
What the hell is that?
What the hell?
Who in the what now?
Fucking bullshit.
It's a fucking bullshit.
I'll do what Taylor's daughter does. What the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck?
Where's my bullshit? I have it here. Where's Shiki Baby? There it is.
Fucking bullshit!
But yeah. So no, I never heard that. It was in the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
don't
was it
know.
in the 90s?
The tribute album with for Purple Haze, The Cure.
Yes, it was.
Purple Haze.
A lot of people tend to
in
forget
my
that
brain.
even though The Cure was in the 80s, they did come up with some shit in the 90s too.
Listen, there's no doubt in my mind Prince is 100 times more effeminate than Robert Smith
I think
ever
so, too.
was.
I'm saying I'm telling you. Look at I'm just
Robert Smith just looked a little too much like fucking Boy George, but other
Yes.
than that, he was definitely not.
Robert
you guys,
Smith-
You guys still hear the noise?
Not anymore.
Okay, because someone had the volume up on this computer, and normally it's down.
We all I know is Prince definitely waxed every hair on his body. Robert Smith doesn't even know how to spell the word wax. Okay, there's no
Yeah,
doubt.
but that Stone Free album's good. They do a couple.
Yeah.
And Spin Doctors are on there. The Rollins is on.
Really?
Yeah, they do Spanish. What's that Spanish? You know, I want to bring it up.
Spanish Fly?
No. It's Spanish Castles or something like that. It's so it was a Jimi Hendrix tribute album. It came out in the 90s.
Spin Doctors.
Spin Doctors are on there.
Spin
yeah.
Doctors was a pretty good band.
Yeah,
Love Spin Doctors.
it's
Pretty
called
good
Stone
band.
Free, a tribute to Jimi Hendrix. I'll tell you the songs that are on there right now. Purple Haze by The Cure, Stone Free, Eric Clapton, Spanish Castle Magic, Spin Doctors, Buddy Guy does Red House, Body Count does Hey Joe,
Hey now, I've heard that.
Seal and Jeff Beck do Manic Depression,
Ooh.
The Pretenders do Bold as Love, PM Dawn, You Got Me Floating, Slash does I Don't Live Today with Paul Rogers from Bad Company and Queen. Are You Experienced by Belly? Remember Belly?
I remember Belly.
Living Color does Crosstown Traffic.
Love Living Color.
And there's two other people I don't know who they
Me and Phil were at WrestleMania 29 for Living Color.
God.
When I found out that Living Color was there, I lost my shit because I was so happy.
Vernon Reed, very, very underrated guitar player.
Unbelievably, like criminally
I think
underrated.
we had this conversation already.
Criminally underrated.
I think we had this conversation already.
But yeah, I'll check that out. I definitely gotta check that out.
Purple haze in my brain. I love it, man. Down, and it's got like a beat to it. I like. The Cure's got a remix album. They have of all their songs.
Really? It's good.
It's all like dance music. It's really good. It's fucking great, man. It's really good. All right. What else is going on?
We gotta get into the news.
We got news that you can use.
Oh, I tell you
What's the biggest one we've heard so far?
Zelina Vega.
Zelina Vega. Cusbro Anthony just posted it then on our page, and then Rob posted on the rant page that
Zelina Vega got released by the WWE.
Yeah, man.
I think it was because of the Twitch.
She posted on she posted a tweet on unionizing right before her release.
So I mean, we don't know what the tweet says. I at least I don't have Twitter.
I don't follow her on Twitter.
Yeah. But
yeah.
So it leads to a perfect discussion is unionizing. So we're all union.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not.
They wanted to, and they threatened, and they gave us a raise.
I'm sorry, I thought you were.
No, I wish I was actually.
So 2/3 of us of the group is unionized.
Right.
Do you think that obviously this started with Jesse Ventura back in the late 80s, early 90s?
I think that the wrestlers, the athletes, the entertainers, whatever, they should be getting their SAG card.
Without a doubt.
Because SAG is definitely something they should get into. Like, for example, I'm sure John Cena has it. The Rock has it.
The Miz.
The Miz. I'm sure Sasha Banks has it because she's in The Mandalorian now.
And I bet you Orton has it. Big Show.
Moxley has it for sure because he was in a couple of movies for WWE.
Moxley.
Anytime these performers, they should be getting their SAG card because they're acting out there.
Yeah.
So why is it that it's good for one guy, for a wrestler to get their SAG card when they go to a movie, but they can't get it when they're in fucking WWE? I think they should unionize, but not with the WWE. They should do it on their own.
Well, is it something where SAG should go out to them?
I think so.
Do they like WWE go, approach SAG and say, hey, listen, we're we're out here performing every week.
We're entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
And that would be a very good question, and that would be the only way it would ever be unionized.
Well, yeah, I think so because Jesse Ventura is the one who started that whole SAG,
and then he's the one that he says, all right, we're not going to do it here. I'll go make a few movies with Arnold, and I'll get my own SAG card,
and then I'll be protected. I'll have health insurance for the rest of my life. He's smart. He's very smart.
But yeah, I wonder. To me, I agree too, and it goes into the, what is that? The employee. What are they considered?
They're independent contractors.
Independent contractors,
and that term really pisses me off because if you're an independent contractor, you should be able to go where the fuck
you should be able to do a Twitch stream, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as I know.
So if that's the case, if they're not independent contractors, then if they're employees, then you should be providing them health insurance like you do for your employees at your corporate offices.
Absolutely.
So if you're not doing that, then
that's where we're tapping into that.
I tell you right now, it's going to be lawsuits waiting to happen little by little.
Like I said, I bet you. I wonder. If she made those comments in the thought process of not trying to get fired, but like, hey, listen, you're not letting me do my Twitch stream. Okay, well then I want to be union. Like, and you know what happens? Like, if you're in a non-union shop and you start talking union, they should can you.
Bye-bye.
That's how they used to do it back in the day.
This is my favorite line from the Jesse Ventura movie he was in.
Son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
I love that line. I ain't got time to bleed. And but yeah, and listen, like you said, Jesse is just Hogan. I bet you had his SAG card. The
moment he did Rocky 3, he got a SAG card, hands down,
without a doubt. So it's you could sit there and say opportunity, this and that, but that's why you got to clear it with the office.
I was listening to a Stone Cold Steve Austin classic episode of his podcast, and he had Terry Funk on. It was only a couple of years. This is like back in 16. He had him on.
Okay.
And Terry Funk talks about, all the crazy shit he did and he was allowed to do.
Yeah.
Because he had medical insurance.
Yeah.
From the SAG.
Yeah.
For him and his family. So he was getting paid triple in Japan. So he would go to Japan and do these fucking insane death matches.
Yep.
And then come home and take the rest of the year off.
Yeah.
It's smart.
But that's what, and he only did between 1 and 3 tours a year. And they were a couple of weeks at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But the SAG, that was my point. That's what I was bringing out. The SAG was the reason why he was able to do all that.
Yeah. When he did Roadhouse and Over the Top. And,
right. Exactly. So, I mean, it's, Roadhouse. But
it's
I could tell you some stuff, Steve.
Yeah,
there's some great stuff, Steve. Like with Terry Funk.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And but like I said, and what does this mean for Aleister Black? And that's
Aleister Black has been in the doghouse for God knows how long because he hasn't done shit since he left NXT, and that's sad.
Can I ask you a question? I want to ask that because as soon as this came up, that's the first thing I thought about.
Yeah,
is why is it? He's so fucking talented.
His matches would remember him and Adam Cole in Philadelphia.
We were in Philly for that.
Fantastic match.
But my thing is, why is it he's not? You know what it is? He has spots of greatness up there on Raw, but it's not. It doesn't. It's not. Here's
my problem now. Why turn him heel on Kevin Owens, and then you haven't used him ever since?
Okay, so see, is he in the shit house because they're writing him bad shit, or he's just a bad guy in the back?
No, I think he's from what I hear and what I read is he's a respectful guy.
Got to be.
Yeah, but come on.
I'm just asking. I mean, because
it's bad booking. They don't know what to do with these guys.
It's absolute bad booking across the board.
So it's creative has nothing for you.
How is it that he's
you have non-wrestling people writing a wrestling show?
Tony C, the oldest man in Florida, Phil and Choppy. What's good?
Hey man, what's up, dude?
You can listen to Tony C every Tuesday on the Rant.
I miss Tony C.
Tony C is the best.
I love him. He's great.
He's my brother, man.
Yeah.
That's our brother from another mother. As my son would say, it's Uncle Tony.
Yeah, that's right. He does call him Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony, it's right. Uncle Tony.
I think Tommy End, Aleister Black, whatever you want to call him. When he was Tommy End, he was fucking tearing it up in Europe.
Yeah.
You go to the E, you tearing it up in NXT as Aleister Black, and what the fuck happened?
The gimmick, the gimmick sells itself.
You just said it. What the hell happened? So now what happens when you go to Raw and SmackDown? Who's calling the shots?
You know what I would do? As soon as Cross gets back, I'd send Black down there again.
Absolutely.
To fight Cross? Oh,
absolutely.
They would tear it up, dude.
Or even have them as a tag team because their gimmicks are so similar.
Oh, that's true too.
You got a nice piece.
That's how you can get Killer Cross back. You know, all of a sudden,
someone's advocating for him.
Yes.
Look at you writing. Look at the.
Listen,
I'm so proud of him, Choppy.
That's why you gotta have wrestling people do
Hey,
it.
Vince. We're if you're looking for people,
I'll free.
Yeah,
I'll
free.
freelance, dude.
Yeah.
All I need is a 12-pack.
Yeah. Who's that alcoholic on the throwbacks that plays golf? So that's Jay Cobb. Yeah, get him on the phone with. Where's Paul?
Where's that gypsy? Who's that gypsy kid?
Contact him on Twitter.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Twitter, sir.
That's right. Damn it. Get her on Twitch.
Where's Paul? Where's Paul?
Where's Paul? Paul.
Where's Kevin?
It's it's sad because look what's happening. It's literally it's bad.
All my favorite guys from NXT are turned to shit.
You want them to stay in NXT?
Kevin Owens was flourishing in 2016, and look what happens. Look how he is now.
He's a bad example in my opinion because he had a good run. He came up, he fought John Cena,
beat him.
John Cena.
Clean.
Beat him. He should have beat him 2 out of 3 in my opinion, but be that as it may. Still beat him once. He had a really good run. The run with Jericho was great.
I thought his run when he was feuding with Dean Ambrose, John Moxley.
Yeah.
That was a great fucking feud.
You know, I think he's a poor example. I think Sami Zayn
hasn't done shit.
You can make the argument for him, but Sammy, you know, he has a little. I think he's abrasive backstage from everything that we.
That's what I hear too.
Here, you know, I think he's actually a fascinating guy. I heard him on Jericho's podcast a handful of times. You know, but look at the other guys. Look. You could look at Oh my God, I'm escaping him right now. Bo
Dallas.
Bo Dallas. Oh my God, his
big
name
bad Bo Rotundo.
he had a great fucking gimmick.
I thought it was great. That could have been
in NXT. And what do you do when you bring him up? He's a fucking job guy. Granted, I don't even know where the fuck he is now. Is he even still with the company?
Who knows?
I don't know.
I thought Pac.
We'll get into that in a few minutes.
Great segue. But him coming up to the main roster.
Yeah. Him going. They made him into a superhero. Like seriously? Come on.
Sorry, Matt. I did post on Facebook before.
I thought Pac was great, man.
Yeah, and then and just to we don't have to go into it now, but look at the impact he had on AEW this week.
Yeah,
he's a fucking star, dude. He is a star.
And is it just me? Did he get bigger?
Yeah,
like he looks more jacked.
Who's that?
A Pac.
Yeah, we'll get into AEW in a few minutes.
But
then go to pay-per-view as well.
But these guys, you know, it comes down to you have 15, 20 writers, and then you have one filter. You know, granted, you got the producers and the agents. You know, you got Bruce Pritchard. You know, which everybody wants to shit on Bruce Pritchard. I like Bruce Pritchard. I think he has more hits than he has misses.
I think he has more. I think he's too much of a yes man.
Oh yeah. I without a doubt.
And I think that's an issue with me. You like when has a yes man made the company successful? Look at when HBK was giving ideas to Vince when he was part of DX in '97. Look what happened.
Yeah.
They start to flourish because Sean was like, nope. Okay, we'll do this.
But it comes down to the talent. If the talent is receiving the script and going, this is the shits, and doesn't do anything about it, that's on the fucking talent.
Well, you know what it is? They're also,
my opinion.
But they're afraid to lose their job. You know.
But there's nothing. Look at the guys that are stars. Chris Jericho is always the first one to say, you don't have to, buck the system, but just, hey, listen, can we try this? Can we try it this way? Stone Cold Steve Austin is, you can never go, I ain't doing this. You got to go, what about this? What about this? You have to have ideas for your character. There's no way, if you're, once again, using Bo Dallas as an example, if he is just receiving the script and being a yes man, that's kind of a little bit on him. He is a talent. You cannot deny when he, in 2015, he was in NXT. He was a fucking
funny.
He was a great heel. It was a great heel.
And Matt says, but you look at New Day, if you push the gimmick, if you work the gimmick and push through it, it can work.
Look at Cody Rhodes as Stardust.
Oh
God, that was terrible.
But he steered into the skid and got it over. That's what I think.
That's Matt's point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
I see it.
What about who's another guy I just had in my mind? Shit.
Yeah, I talked right
What's
over
up, Kid Human?
No. I'm trying to remember who's the guy I had in mind that. Fuck, I forget now. Forget it. Go.
Look at Doink the Clown.
Well, you mean
that's
Matt
the
Bourne?
greatest.
Matt Bourne?
If you think about it,
Matt Bourne made it work.
That's the thing, and I think that's where Matt's point is as well.
If you think about it, because we can go back into. Go ahead.
Adam Rose he was.
When he was Leo Kruger,
I loved him as Leo Kruger, where he was like Craven the Hunter almost.
Yeah.
And then he went. They were like, "No, we're gonna change your gimmick. We're gonna change you into like a Russell Brand ripoff."
But in NXT, it was over.
Yeah.
But for some reason, in the main roster, it wasn't. It was the same fucking gimmick.
Same thing.
But what does it come down to? It comes down to positioning. And like I said, you overuse it. Because in NXT, he came in. He was the bright spot. He was the Santino of NXT. And then you put him into a different spot. I think it ultimately does come down to the person that's playing the talent, that's playing the character, because there's always that age-old story about Terry Taylor. He would have been Mr. Perfect. It's like, yeah, I don't think we can't see him as Mr. Perfect. But I don't see him as the Red Rooster either.
Terry Taylor was misused, man. He's a great fucking talent. I'm sorry. He was. I'm sorry.
He was a talent in the ring. I don't think he had much charisma on the mic per se.
No.
He was great. It's the stuff I've seen, because we watched a few stuff from Mid-South.
When he was tailor-made, I thought it was fun.
UWF.
When he was the computer man of the 90s, he was
him and Richard Morton.
Yeah, but
don't get me started on Richard Morton.
But they're
gonna be in Queens tomorrow.
Ugh.
Yeah,
you going?
I can't go.
But like stuff like that. I think ultimately, if the talent, whoever it is, doesn't have any input in his character, it's gonna fall flat no matter what.
But if you get all the fanfare, Matt says, and all the jazz at the start, you get Glacier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We could forget about Sub-Zero.
Anyway, before we get into NXT real quick, I just want to give Sasha Banks some love. I watched the third episode of
How was she on that?
Mandalorian. She fucking killed it.
She flourished it.
She was dope.
Good.
And, Mandalorian is dope. I don't have to tell you.
And the fact that she's a fan, it makes it even better.
Yeah, she didn't have many speaking parts, but she did well. She was main. She was main character.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she actually plays a pirate in some sorts, but you have to watch it to see it. Though.
Yeah, Rob said that she did amazing.
Yeah. I watched it for myself though, so I can concur and confirm with our.
By the way, let me know when the app is about because the thing is coming up soon.
Oh, the year
subscription
for
Disney Plus.
Okay.
So let me know if it ever goes down on you or whatever, because I got to.
Oh yeah.
Because I know you're gonna watch your Mandalorian.
But the thing is, I can't find HBO Max on there.
What are you talking about?
It's not
on Hulu.
Yeah, it's not on Hulu. It's you said it's on Disney Plus, right?
No. I got
it on your Hulu.
It's on my Hulu.
Okay,
go to Hulu and then you type in HBO Max and it pops up.
Okay. Because
if you have Hulu, you have HBO Max.
You have to get a package.
I got a package deal.
Ah.
So I pay I think like $20 a month for Hulu and HBO Max. Where if I got Hulu separate and HBO Max, but I think I'd be paying $30 a month.
So hell yeah!
So I've saved $10.
Yeah.
Anyways, NXT was fucking amazing.
I know.
Do we have a name for the group yet?
I call him Heat.
We have a new McAfee fan alert.
No, I have a new Heat. You have a new McAfee Heat.
I'm gonna just turn.
He is such a heat.
They beat the snot of Drake Young.
Right?
Drake Maverick. Drake Young is the fucking referee. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Drake. They beat the shit out of him, and
he's like the new Spike Dudley.
I like him. I like him, and they put Killian Dane out, so that makes sense to come out, and then it's just like. I gotta say,
I can't wait for the UE to come back in full force.
Yes.
Oh,
I want to see some war games.
The war game.
You know where, and it's funny because, and this is where NXT is getting it right because we see where it's going, and we're like, yes, let's let this happen. Whereas if it's Raw or something, and you just go, oh, here it comes, another fucking Seth Rollins, fucking Rey Mysterio, whatever it is. Now we're looking at it like, yes, we want to see this fucking match because we have stars. Like what we perceive to be as stars, we have them in the match.
You know who's a future main eventer out of that crew is fucking Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne, hands down.
Dude, he's like so nonchalant.
Yo,
What about this kid Ruff winning the fucking North American title?
Who the fuck is this jerk off?
Out of nowhere.
Is that the 1, 2, 3 kid of today's era?
This is the third time Johnny Gargano has won a belt and lost on his first defense.
Honestly, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
What about when he was it Damian Hernandez wrapped the title around his waist and it just fell right down his legs?
How about Damian Hernandez fucking torturing Gargano today after the match? He's like, you signed the match.
Yeah.
He was like, you're the one who came up with the idea.
You don't want to come up with the idea.
He was actually pretty funny in that one.
Johnny Gargano's is like
punishment
becoming,
Margassa.
Yes.
Gargano's becoming the Tommy Dreamer of NXT.
Ooh.
Doesn't need a title.
I hate Johnny Gargano. I am just not a fan.
Yeah,
you hate
disagree.
Johnny Gargano?
I can't
disagree.
You know what it is? It's not that I hate him.
like Johnny Gargano.
I can't get behind the guy. I don't know what it is about him. Even when he's a face or a heel, I just can't get into him.
As a face, I can get behind him. As a heel,
Yeah, I don't like him as a heel. Him and his wife can fucking go scratch.
As a heel, I don't think he. I don't know.
You know
I
what?
don't like it.
Out of the DIY, I still prefer Tommaso Ciampa.
But
Tommaso Ciampa is so much better.
I think Ciampa is more. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jay. I think Ciampa is more polished than Gargano.
Yeah, but did you like because Gargano could play heel and or face? I think Gargano has a little trouble playing a heel because he's
You mean Ciampa could play heel or face?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah, and Gargano I think has a little bit of trouble because as a heel, he's I'm not a size guy.
I can't compare him,
but he's a little too small to be a heel. And in my opinion, if you look at it, like he's as a babyface, he's a perfect babyface. He's an undersized guy. He is coming from behind. He's an underdog. Like to me, I think it plays in perfectly. As a heel, I think it falls a little flat.
Yeah, that's fine. Pete Dunne should be in a tag team called Well Done 2000. Matt Squires. Pete Dunne should be in a tag team called Well Done in 2000.
Who'd be his partner?
I don't know.
Timothy B. Well.
Timothy Thatcher.
Ooh.
Done well.
That should be the name of the episode. Done well.
Done well.
That's the name of the episode. Done well is perfect. I'm telling you, Vince.
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah.
We're free.
Hey, give me that fat kid from Staten Island. Hunter, where's Paul? Give me the fat kid.
Okay, terrific.
Give me the kid that's called the player from Impact.
Yeah.
Okay, terrific.
This guy's a fucking mook.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Oh.
Yes.
They're trying to get what's his name to replace him. I forgot his name. Fuck.
No, they're petitioning for LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton, yeah.
Reading Rainbow?
Oh, get out.
Yeah, because he's a smart dude and he's also the Fachi the Tune. So now they figure they can no, that's what
there goes your job.
No, that's what the petition was about.
Vince would love him. Hey, give me the fat kid who
No, the people who are petitioning they emphasize the fact that he was black and smart.
Yeah.
So
hey, that makes sense. I'm not against. I listen.
I love him.
Butterflies up in the sky.
I can go twice as high.
What's the tag team name again?
Done well.
Done well.
That was brilliant. Oh my god, that was brilliant.
But
Done
man,
well.
Oh, this brings back memories.
brings back nightmares. I hated this fucking
I
show.
love
High in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere.
But I don't want to see Thatcher there though. Come on.
Dunne though. Done well. Be done.
Done well. I can't. What would be Timothy Thatcher's like nickname? Because they had Gigolo. What's his name?
You would have
no, well done. They were like jobbers.
You'd have Pretty Pete Dunne. And terrific Timothy.
No, Tenacious Timothy. Tenacious Timothy.
Thatcher would quit right there. He would quit wrestling in general.
Tenacious Tim.
And I could see Regal going like, you know what?
But you're the cunt.
Oh Lord, oh my
Nah,
God.
no way. Oh, I hope not.
Tenacious Tim.
Tenacious Tim and Pretty Pete Dunne. Pretty Pete, Tenacious
Done
Tim.
well.
Jordy couldn't read words. Oh, Jordy LaForge.
Oh.
I saw, speaking of blind people, I saw a mug on Facebook yesterday. It's Stevie Wonder with a birthday hat. I can't see you, but happy birthday anyway. I said, fucking brilliant. That's brilliant, whoever did that.
My favorite post that I saw, I shared it with Scott, was it was a mailbox post that tipped over and it says someone should repost this.
It's so corny, but it's hysterical at the same time.
I love those dad jokes.
Okay, terrific.
Oh my God. All right, NXT was fantastic, and the heat is on, man. I'm
The
excited.
heat is on.
The
heat is on.
But it's not even official yet, though. The War Games, right?
Not yet.
They haven't even announced
Not-
War Games.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the UE to pop up, and that's when they have a big brawl. And then
Are they doing something the weekend of Survivor Series? No, right? There's no takeover.
I don't think there's any
They might have a
takeover.
standalone takeover.
Which they should do.
Yeah, they should. But they always have some Survivor Series weekend. A little
they'll have something.
I guess it's something. I
the
guess
War
it's different.
Games, if you
The
will.
War Games.
If you will. I'll get into that in a few minutes. That motherfucker.
But then yeah. So AEW,
the pay-per-view was good. It was solid.
pay-per-view was great. I honestly,
I was
I
a little
felt-
upset with some of the results, but it's okay. It's all
But
right.
like, well, we were talking about Darby Allin.
Darby
I
Allin?
agree.
Really?
I
Nah,
agree.
he's
He
not.
sucks, man.
I don't think he sucks, but
You know what?
as your face of the network, really?
You know what though? And it's funny because they put a lot of stock in him.
yeah,
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I don't see it either.
I not that I see it, but I like him, but he's
When my 3-year-old looks bigger than he is, come on, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like he doesn't look like a credible guy. He looks like the dude that you see at a skate park in fucking Manhattan.
He's the fucking backyard wrestler guy
Yeah.
that likes to paint his face and jump off shit.
What a jerk off.
but
You're a jack off. That's what I think of you.
what did you guys think of the Elite Deletion?
Oh, it was all right. Not too bad.
Two of us got that wrong.
Yeah.
I to me, I was like, there's no way. It would make exactly.
Private Party though,
Yeah.
with the impromptu match, that
Yeah.
was fucking cool against Pride and Powerful.
Yeah.
I like that gimmick.
What are they doing with those guys? With Santana Ortiz?
It's gonna come to a head because MJF is now in the crew.
Oh, I see
it's
something
gonna,
happening
it's
already.
gonna come to a head.
happening.
It's gonna
I
come to a
can't
head.
wait.
They're going to turn
It's
on
gonna
him.
come-
They're going to turn on
It's
Jericho.
gonna come to a head.
I think they're gonna turn on Jericho.
They're going to beat the shit out of Jericho.
Yeah.
And all of them. They're going to be like, see, I told you not to put him in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ortiz ain't having it. He's like,
Ortiz is like, yo, he don't belong here.
Yo, you're quoting Drake. He was like, who's Drake? That's a fucking genius, man. It's awesome.
Those two, but I tell you right now, Jericho and him together are fucking money.
He beat Jericho. We call that the fucking tag team title match was fantastic.
That was a good match.
That was
that
really
was
good.
really that was really well done.
It was a
done well.
done well.
Done well.
Done well.
Done well. Thank you. Welcome.
I think the match was fantastic. Damn, man, FTR, dude, that's my
I think
team.
Wow.
yeah.
Rob said Choppy Ice wants the Central Americans out.
No, only the ones that are the world champion in Ring of Honor, and that's Roosh.
Yeah.
Roosh.
But yeah, I
Choppy's a pain in the ass.
I agree. I want FTR to have this monumental fucking run with his belts. But that was the only way you could book yourself out of this, was that you got to give them a little bit of a run. But yeah, all in all, that was a great match.
It was a good match. It was.
You know,
I'm just I'm very, very excited for Kenny Omega and Moxley.
Yes.
Johnny Moxley.
I want that belt off of Moxley right away. I want Kenny Omega with that belt.
But him and Eddie Kingston told a great story in the
Oh,
ring.
yeah.
Great match.
I was hoping for an Eddie Kingston win, but the match was still fucking amazing.
The match was great. You know, I was a little surprised the fact that he did say I quit, but it doesn't. It's so funny. It doesn't take any heat off of Eddie Kingston.
And now he goes
Did
to split up the fucking Lucha Brothers, right? And they're killing each other. And who brings him back to all that? Fucking Pac.
Pac is back.
So now Pac is gonna grab his crew and be like, "Fuck all you guys, man."
I love that part at the end of the match.
What was it? What do they call the Death Triangle? Or
They were the Death Triangle. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Ring Wars from the UK. Ben Roberts checking in.
Hey now.
Hey buddy.
Oh, it's still early over there.
It's got to be like what, 1 o'clock in the morning?
It's 5 hours ahead. Yeah. Ben says the thought of Kenny Olivier as AEW World Champion makes me physically sick.
Oh, that's a Cornette guy.
Cornette guy.
I like Kenny Omega. I really love Kenny Omega.
I like it too. I think you know where they're going with it. He had another great match. He had a great match with
Adam
Hangman.
Page is still my face of the company. Still.
Yes.
Adam Page.
I called it from the first pay-per-view they had.
No,
the first
I
event they had.
agree with you. I think
Yeah,
Adam
I
Page,
agree.
they should build the company around this guy.
They will.
But they're just trying to build him up as like a main player.
But Kenny is the heel now. He interviewed Kenny the other night. He was like, "I'm the guy who main evented. I'm the guy who I was the best wrestler. I was the best wrestler in the world, and now I have to prove it again."
Yep.
So I like the heel fuck you thing. I like that aspect of it.
Well,
Come
isn't
back.
that the idea of
I'm the cleaner, and I'm like, yes, the cleaner is back. I love the cleaner.
Isn't that the idea of like even like if you look at comic books, like the evil, like the Joker, he doesn't realize what he's doing. What he thinks he's doing is right. That's the idea of good and evil.
And that's what Mick Foley used to say. If for you to be a good bad guy or a great bad guy, the bad guy has to believe that what he's doing is right.
Yes,
no matter what.
He's a sociopath.
I'm supposed to win. That's it.
No matter what.
That's how
That's
I.
Thanos. That's
Yes.
That's Galactus. That's fucking Darkseid. That's any comic book villain.
Any
Doctor Doom.
Any major villain.
It's simple.
Magneto.
Magneto.
Magneto's
Correct.
another one.
It's simple.
Magneto's probably the main example.
I would agree more with Magneto in his ideology than any other villain.
So I mean, Jay's at a point. It makes sense that you have to believe that.
And I like how Kenny said he goes, "I'm the best wrestler in the world, and I'm going to prove it." Like
he was the best wrestler in the world 2 years ago.
He was.
And,
he was.
I can't wait to
Apocalypse
see that.
2. Yes, thank you, Scott.
But I just wanted to I loved on Wednesday when. First off, what a fucking match between Pentagon and Ray Phoenix.
Oh my God,
what a match!
So good.
Hammer, you made a Hammer and Richie said you guys are on Facebook. You lost you guys on the Facebook gimmick. I don't know. We're live on Facebook, but Hammer's on. Did you get a PS5? Because I saw him downloading that fucking Spider-Man game today. You didn't answer my text messages. Anyway, go ahead.
But I loved how Eddie Kingston.
Look at Philly trying to be a father. Live air.
This is how I have to talk to my son. He doesn't answer his fucking phone. His phone's always dead.
I love it. Anyway, I'm sorry.
But I loved at the end of once again, Eddie Kingston says I quit on Saturday. He's in the last fucking segment of AEW.
But why though? Why?
Because he's a fucking star.
Yes,
that's
correct,
why.
Correct.
You and Phil have been saying for so long, this guy needs a break,
and this is it. We're in the wave. Let's ride this wave because what he did on fucking Wednesday was the greatest thing ever. Pentagon wins. He has little heel tendencies. He doesn't believe what he's doing is wrong, and he sits there and all of a sudden Pentagon wins. He's hitching his wagon to Pentagon. He kicks Ray Phoenix out of the ring.
That was brilliant.
Get out of here.
Yeah, my best friend won.
Yeah, my best friend. There's always been my best friend, and then all of a sudden
I always agree with the Condiment King.
And
fucking that.
But
I thought the show was really well. I think both NXT and AEW just hit home runs.
Oh yeah, good shows this week.
Hands down.
Good shows this week.
I can't pick who's better or who was better on both. I still think they're both great shows.
I think they were great shows. Better wise, I don't know. I'm starting to pivot out of, picking, the ratings war.
I don't like to pick anymore. I just like to enjoy the shows. And
and remember, just a number of weeks ago, I think me and you, I think us three, we were shitting on AEW a little bit.
Yeah, because
I was shitting on AEW. Yeah, because
the anniversary show. The anniversary show was awful.
But they weren't. They're not consistent.
But man, did they get the nose up really fucking quick now? Because all of a sudden we're like, whoa, best thing that's happening right now.
Who's Cody's new opponent? That chick came out.
Oh,
she said Shad Gaspard, right? Is it Shad? Or did she say Shad or Shaq?
She said Shaq.
I thought she said Shad. I was like, oh, they're bringing
Shad. No, Shad Gaspard's the one that passed away earlier this year.
He passed away.
Yeah, I thought he passed away. But I was like, I don't know who they're bringing in.
Who cares?
But Brandy came out with the fucking weave all out, and she's all mad at her. And
she was like, "Girl,
you no talk to my man like that." I was waiting for the Vaseline to come out. I was waiting for the fucking door knocker earrings to come out. Box cutter. I was like, "Oh, I'm back in high school."
But all in all, I think AEW is.
I think they turned the corner. And now they're doing a much. They're going
and they show you that you can still, because what are they doing? They're doing bi-monthly.
They're doing the 4 a year.
They're doing 4 a year.
They only do 4 major pay-per-views.
It was Shaquille O'Neal. Okay,
it was Shaq, right?
Yeah,
not Shad. Shad's dead. I was like, I was thinking of Shad's partner. I was calling Shad's partner
JTG.
I was calling him Shad.
And it makes sense because Shaq's part of TNT with NBA on TNT. Shaq's a huge wrestling fan. It makes sense.
Some activated, yeah, Scott.
That's what
so we're gonna have Steel versus Stardust.
Kazam. How about Scorpio Sky? My man Scorpio Sky fighting fucking the Canuck. What's his name? Perfect 10.
Sean Spears.
Sean Spears, that's right.
Yeah. But he's finally getting off dark,
Oh, thank God.
It's a fucking crock of
Cody
shit.
Rhodes is really gonna fight Shaq?
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I can't, dude. He gets his name back, and that's what he's doing. He's fighting Shaq. I'm over this. I'm so over him and his fucking awful game show.
I think it's quote done well.
Done well, Tony Khan. Done well. Hello there. Yeah, I'm Cody Rhodes. Yeah.
So
my stupid neck tattoo. Yeah.
I'm interested. So I'm interested to hear what Phil has to say about Ronnie Garvin again, because
before we get into that, I have two more news and notes.
Oh, sorry.
Number one, All Japan's getting 6-man titles.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they have enough people in there apparently.
You know who should get a 6-man titles is fucking AEW. They have so many fucking people.
They need somebody. They need something.
They have too many fucking people on the roster. But All Japan, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
New Japan Tag League starts on Sunday.
Ooh.
And here we go. Yano and Ishii versus Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale.
There we go.
That's the team.
Oh.
That's my fucking pick to win the whole thing.
You think so?
Yes, absolutely.
Man. Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale?
Yes.
And Fale lost all that weight now. He looks fantastic, bro.
Best of the Super Juniors match. Wato versus Uemura. Tona Hanare and Tanahashi are a team.
Okay.
Against the Great Okan and a mystery partner.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know if it's Will Ospreay.
Ospreay.
Another Super Junior match. Robbie Eagles has returned. He's fighting Dookie from Suzuki-gun.
Okay.
World Tag League match. Yoshihashi and Goto versus Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr.
Okay.
All right. Super Junior match. Bushi versus Sho. This would be a good match. Bushi versus Sho. World Tag League match. Sonata and the Dragon are a team against Takahashi and Evil.
Ooh.
But Takahashi's been teaming with Evil for the longest right now. The pimp. Another Super Junior match. Taguchi versus El Desperado. Taguchi won the Super Juniors, I think, twice.
Yeah, but he's in past his prime already.
Yeah. Kind of, sort of. World Tag match. Tangaloa and Tamatanga. The Gorillas are back.
There we go.
I think it's going to be Old Bullet Club final, by the way.
You think so?
100%.
But you still think Fale and Chase Owens are going to get
Correct.
it? Oh, man.
Against Juice Robinson, David Finlay. Finn Juice is back.
By the way, when is Tama going to get his fucking break, dude? That guy should be fucking heavyweight champion.
I don't know, but
he's good.
The main event is the another Super Junior match. Takahashi versus Ishimori.
My boy?
Yeah.
My boy's main eventing?
Yeah.
What? I love it.
Now.
Yep.
Bone Soldier is ready.
Ready. Yeah.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
But and I got one more thing. So I haven't seen. So you guys seen the Mortician on on WWE.
I was half of it. I heard
it was fantastic.
It's a
I
really
haven't
good doc.
seen it yet.
It's a really good
It's
documentary.
really
And I read today that they're doing like a big 30th anniversary, the final farewell. I think Savio Vega is going to be there. They're going to have the BSK crew there.
What?
We're going to get a Henry Godwin,
Take
Phineas Godwin fucking look.
Take is getting a final farewell to
Naked Midian's going to be there too.
Naked Midian's going to be there.
I just hope he doesn't wrestle.
Are they going to dig up Yoko?
I hope so. I
Oh.
wish.
Rikishi was part of that crew too.
I
Wasn't
know. Yeah, Rikishi's part of that crew.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Godfather. That'll be good.
Oh, what was his real name in Soul Taker? Was his name?
Soul Taker.
USWA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I haven't seen that yet. I can't wait to watch that finally.
I like the Godfather. I really, he's such a likable guy, man. He must be tough as shit though. He must be a tough guy.
Oh
to fuck
yeah.
with.
Oh, especially back in the day.
Ooh, fuck that. Remember when he was the ultimate fighting machine?
Yes, Kama Mustafa.
Oh.
No, he was Kama Mustafa in the Nation. He was just Kama, the ultimate fighting machine.
Oh my god, that fucking haircut of his. And remember when he melted the urn and wore it as a fucking chain?
Necklace? He wore it as a necklace.
Oh,
So, but anyway, so yeah,
Talk Shop Mania 2 is that tonight?
is it tonight?
I think it's tonight. I'll bootleg it. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm gonna buy it because I want to watch it with Michael. So
We can't tell the good brothers that we're bootlegging.
nah, we can't do
they
that.
already think I'm a pain in the ass. They're gonna call you an asshole for doing that.
Yeah, no, I listen. I buy all that shit. So I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, I want to wait for Michael. So I want to watch it because we watched it together and we fucking howled. We laughed so hard.
Yeah, it was done well.
It was done. Come on, will you stop?
That's That's gonna be the running gag of the whole show. I love it.
Stop. Yeah, tonight. I gotta wait for my son to watch it though.
So
I'm excited about that though.
So go on with this Ronnie Garvin. So you got it.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this
Let
rant.
me tell you something. So I've said.
Now, let me tell you something.
No, because this happened. What last year? He said something.
He said something last
originally.
year.
Oh, I put him on a shit list last time.
Yeah,
now it's your turn.
Yeah, he's the fuck you wrestler of the week. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be. So he was on a radio show the other day. The press came out today, and he was talking about Dusty was overrated and not going crazy after winning the world championship. So he said the name Dusty Rhodes carries a lot of weight in pro wrestling, whatever. And then he says that he was popular because of his good storytelling. And when he retired, whatever. But Ronnie Garvin, former NWA wrestler, thinks that Rhodes doesn't deserve the praise that he gets because he's
bullshit.
And I quote, super overrated.
No way.
Here's the quote from this fucking cocksucking Canuck. Right? Dusty Rhodes was overrated. He was the booker most places he went, Florida, Carolinas. I didn't like what he did a lot of times. Garvin states that Rhodes put himself in places where he didn't belong and failed to get big money for the promotions he worked at. And I quote, a lot of politics. He put himself in places he shouldn't have been. He didn't draw big money, said Garvin.
Oh, come on.
When he was in the main event, he booked 30 men on the card and had more gimmick matches. He also mentioned Rhodes wanted to be in center of spotlight so badly that he undermined other wrestlers, such as the Rock and Roll Express, by booking them to wrestle at smaller venues in smaller towns. The Rock and Roll Express was so over with fans at the time that they could sell at any place. When he was in the main event, he booked 30 men on a card and had more gimmicks than the Rock and Roll Express. Those kids were over. So over that they would sell out, and Dusty Rhodes would book them in smaller towns because he didn't want them to be on the same card as him because he wanted to be the Thunder. He goes, I've had a lot of title matches. I don't want to diminish the world title. It was great, says Garvin, but I guess with luck and staying healthy long enough, I got to the very top. Let me get into that in a second.
Oh, Lord.
To me, and I'm being honest, wrestling was a job and pure and simple. I didn't go crazy because I was a world champion, I tell you. The world title is probably the most money I made in a short period of time.
Yeah.
No shit.
No shit, Sherlock. I wonder who and who gave you that opportunity to make all that money.
Thank you.
Fucking
Let's talk.
jerk off.
Let's talk logically first of all. Okay, we all know the allure of Dusty Rhodes. I'm his biggest fan, so you know I don't have to tell you this, right? Okay. The problem I have with this is that here's a guy who's 75 years old. Okay. Wow. He's gotten fucking first of all, he was a regional champion everywhere he went. in Mid Atlantic.
His most biggest claim to fame before Mid Atlantic was fucking Georgia Championship Wrestling with Jake Roberts for the TV title.
He was that, and he was Georgia. He was heavyweight champion.
Yep.
Right, and then he was also U.S. Tag Team Champion with Barry Windham. Okay, so it's a thing.
Did he open the door?
Can you close that door?
Yeah.
So, Anyway,
we're having a run in.
Yeah, let me just wait because I'm going to start using some swear words. I don't want him to hear it. Okay.
As Choppy kicks his son in the ass.
No. Here's the thing. Okay, this fucking tool bag,
this ass hat.
Right. And I made a video too on YouTube. I was so mad at him today because everything that he did after Mid Atlantic, he owes to Dusty Rhodes.
No, without a doubt.
Okay,
he owes his job to Dusty Rhodes from when he went to WWE.
If it wasn't for him winning the world title, he wouldn't have got the fucking WWF job.
Yeah.
And Greg Valentine had to carry him with that stupid fucking gimmick they had with
the Hammer Jammer,
the Garvin Stomp. And I'm sorry, Dan Lopez, I love you to death, but that was the worst fucking move ever. The Garvin Stomp.
You know who made that movie more popular was Randy Orton.
Now, how fucking dare you? Dusty Rhodes innovated the way the NWA booked and produced shows. He invented Starrcade, the Great American Bash, the War Games, if you will.
In my opinion,
Clash of the Champions.
In my opinion, I feel like Dusty Rhodes put the glitz and glamour in the NWA before.
Listen, if you're not booking yourself in these high profile matches, you're not doing your job, right? But he made Ronnie Garvin the world champion, not Nikita Koloff. Not Barry Windham, not Sting, who was not ready enough, apparently.
There were so many other guys that were better than Ronnie Garvin.
Ricky Morton, Eddie Gilbert, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Magnum T before he fucking wrecked his life, okay? Ivan Koloff was dead. You could have made him a world champion, and as old as he was, you could still put the fucking belt. Every guy... Gary Hart had guys in his stable.
I mean, fucking
Al Perez.
Ivan Koloff wasn't that much older than fucking
You had Al Perez.
You
had Al Perez. You had fucking Dr. Death Steve Williams at one point. You had Michael fucking Haze.
You had fucking Rick Rude at one point.
You had Rick Rude. You had Ronnie Garvin's real life stepson, Jimmy Garvin. You could have put the belt on anybody else for that fucking short run, but he did it to you, you piece of fucking shit, fucking Canuck. You're average at best. You were a better tag team wrestler.
He was not that good.
You were average at best. You were a better tag team wrestler. And how fucking dare you bite the hand if he waits till the fucking dude dies and then cuts?
Well, that's the problem.
You cocksucker. They do this, and athletes do this all the time.
They're bitter.
They're bitter, and they write these fucking books, and it happens in every sport, right? But this motherfucker is just—he's so bitter. You can. Listen, when you go to your autograph shows and you sign the 8x10 gimmicks, Ronnie Garvin, world champion. You know why you can put world champion? Because of this motherfucker, the 3-time world fucking heavyweight champion, okay? The 3-time world champion who was almost 400 pounds and did Broadways with 2 of the best wrestlers on the planet, Harley Race and Ric Flair.
Yep.
Can you go fucking an hour? No, you can't, Ronnie Garvin, because you got the hands of stone, Dusty Rhodes, with his fucking terrible fucking, the rugged cunt. Thanks, Ben Roberts. You know what? Yeah, you're a cunt. Come on.
You're a cunt.
Yeah.
You're a cunt now. You've always been a cunt. And the only thing that's going to change is you're going to become an even bigger cunt.
Exactly.
Now you have some more cunt kids.
Exactly. He probably has cunt kids, too. Garvin was the Jinder Mahal of the 80s. Oof. Fuck you, Ronnie Garvin, you piece of shit. Not because I'm advocating for Dusty, because I am Dusty. I'm on Dusty Rhodes' fucking mark. That's fucking you. You're
just stating facts, though. There's a lot of.
I can't stress to you how important Dusty's role was from like 83 to like 89. Because if it wasn't for that, it wasn't for him bailing the fucking the Crockett's were bleeding money. They were the main attraction everywhere else but the Northeast. And they were everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But here's the bottom line. You're nothing without Dust.
Without a doubt.
Without Kevin Sullivan in the back. without these guys. He invented every single piece of television you have.
Yep.
Between Starrcade, The Bash,
Halloween
Clash
Havoc.
of Champions, Halloween Havoc. Like everything he wanted to compete with Vince. And then he went to Vince, took a pay cut, and was a fucking dancing fucking common man polka dot motherfucker. And it was like, okay.
And he still made it work.
And he made it work.
Yep.
And I'm just having a good time. I'm happy to be here because you know what? I earned it. And he earned it. Every fucking territory. He went to when he went to Florida and worked for the Grams, right? When he went to Florida and worked for the Grams, that's where he learned how to do all this. It wasn't like he woke up one day and became this fucking genius promoter.
No, he was in booking meetings with Eddie Graham.
Eddie Graham taught him a lot, dude.
They named a finish after you. If they named a finish after you, and if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have NXT. And I'm going to tell you something else. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have NXT because he was in Triple H's ear.
Yeah.
Okay? This is what you do. You build this like this. And he had the kids in this spot, and Triple H took that fucking ball, ran with it. They made a fucking statue of him because of that. They gave him a tournament name because of that. And if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't even have AEW because Cody took all of that shit and became the fucking well-rounded businessman that he is, even though he's put himself in a shitty fucking match with Shaq. But Cody took his name, basically, and manifested it. Dustin was a fucking solid worker, U.S. champ, Intercontinental champ, tag team champ. He's fucking 50 years old. He's still going. You know why? Because he's a Rhodes.
Yeah.
He's a fucking Rhodes. And that's what happens when you're a Rhodes. You work, and the work ethic's there. And a lot of guys made a ton of fucking money off Dusty Rhodes. Ask Kevin Sullivan. If Gary Hart was alive, ask Gary Hart. All those fucking dudes. Anybody who went through those territories.
Ric Flair.
But Ric Flair was the man. And I just can't emphasize enough what Dusty's contribution to pro wrestling was. And that's why he's my hero, because he didn't look like he didn't look like everybody else.
Ask the Road Warriors about that when they were alive.
Yeah.
But it just he booked them too, and then he booked them. Everybody turned on him too. Flair turned on him. The Road Warriors turned on him. Dusty Rhodes, Ronnie Garvin turned on him. Everybody turned on Dusty because you know why? Because Dusty booked it like that.
Yeah.
Dusty knew where the money was. Don't tell me about smaller venues. The Rock and Roll Express were the fucking hottest team on the planet at that point. And when they were fighting the Horsemen, they fought the Horsemen everywhere and won.
You mean to tell me? Let's put it this way. This is where there's a few holes in this statement, what Ronnie Garvin said. You mean to tell me Dusty Rhodes is about making money? We all know this. Dusty Rhodes is about making money and making good money, right? You mean to tell me he's going to put the Rock and Roll Express in 1986? He's going to book him in a smaller venue and not book himself on the same card? Get the fuck out of here, Ronnie Garvin. You are a fucking liar. You have a revisionist fucking sense of fucking your past, because there is no way he is not going to book himself with the Rock and Roll Express.
If you're a promoter, I'm sorry, Chuck.
No. If you wanted to make a new podcast and just put him and fucking Billy Graham together and just call it the Bitter Geriatric Podcast.
How about, wait a minute, I said that too. He sold a guard now 3 months in a row.
Fucking Billy Graham.
With Billy Graham.
First it was a regular match, then it was the bull rope match, and then it was the fucking
well, the bull rope match was the last match.
And then they had like a street fight or some shit like that.
But like he wasn't even part of the Fed. He was just coming through. And they brought him back 3 times.
Well, I'm about to say, because you can make the argument the first time was Billy Graham. Billy Graham is there, and people pay to see him get his ass kicked. But the second time around, that's fucking Dusty Rhodes. Everybody's like, wow, that was a great match. We want to see another one. Book it. And what did they do? They booked it the next month.
3 months in a row.
And he's a fucking Southeast guy.
And they had to turn the crowd, turn some people away because it was sold out, dude. You can't fit any more people.
Hanging from the rafters.
You're selling out the Garden like Bruno and Sinatra for 3 months, and you're not even part of that crew. You're just passing through. Yeah, we'll lend you Bob Backlund for 3 months.
Yeah,
give me Dusty Rhodes for 3 months. And okay, Vince, how do you not do that?
Yeah,
Blue-eyed soul, fucking Stardust, living on the end of a lightning bolt. That is and always will be the greatest fucking mind in professional wrestling.
And he made let's skip WCW. He made Steve Corino a star in ECW.
You know what? That's a perfect segue, and that's why you're one of my partners. Because if it wasn't for him letting Paul Heyman,
yes,
a young Paul Heyman, sit in those production meetings,
yep,
guess what? You wouldn't have either.
Yeah,
ECW.
Okay, don't fucking tell me about that shit, man. Ronnie Garvin, you're a piece of trash, dog. You are the you are the shits of the drizzling variety.
And the fact, listen, I don't agree with, especially a lot of these guys, unless like Dusty Rhodes has no chance to talk back right now, and there's no kind of rebuttal. What are you gaining from this other than you have your name in a few fucking headlines? That to me, that is a piece of shit move because you are literally just going for any kind of publicity. You have no credibility. And what did he say about his career? What did he say? That he enjoyed his time. It was a job for me. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what's funny? Because his stepson did the same thing in his shoot. Jimmy Garvin was like, "Oh, it was just work." It wasn't just work. You were a fucking freebird and you loved it, you cocksucker.
He was a mark. He was a mark for his own
sit down,
thing.
Mark. Okay, and you know what? Let me tell you something else too. This is so fucked up that he does that, and it's like I don't understand. Let's just say hypothetically, right? And I'll play devil's advocate for this cockbag. Let's just say for a minute that maybe a little bit of what he said was true about Dusty. Teeny bit.
The only thing that was probably true that he said was that he was an okay wrestling ring. However,
no, I disagree with that.
No, I don't agree with what he.
Yeah.
Some people would agree he was an okay wrestler, but if you're putting out Broadways with Flair and fucking Harley,
I think what you can say about Dusty, which I think there is a little validity to it, Dusty did book himself quite favorably, but I will just say because he drew, and you have to, if you're the booker and you're a wrestler, who else do you rely on but yourself?
Right. I'm going to finish, and I'll finish it with this. Let's say there was a little bit of truth to what Ronnie Garvin was saying, and maybe he's right. There's nothing else you could say because he did more good than bad for the business.
he did a lot of good.
Okay. He revolutionized how we watch it on television, how we watch matches, how we see finishes. And he influenced at least 2 more generations of people that wanted to follow it in that step. So Ben says before he died, he gave his book of finishes from Eddie Graham and over to Triple H. So Dusty's influence is forever and it's endless. Exactly. And I didn't even know that, Ben. All I knew was that he was a mentor to Triple H for NXT.
Well, I know.
Okay.
I know. I've heard Pritchard say quite a few times on his podcast that during the 90s, if Vince was stuck on something, he'd be like, call Dusty.
Call Dusty. It's like, because you know what? It's if you could see something ahead of time in whatever profession you're in. Like I'm an EMT, right? And in 21 years, if and I seldom drive, but when I do drive, if I see something, or if I'm a passenger and I see something on the highway, and I see this choppy all the time. Oh, that's gonna be an accident. Oh, that's job security. Like you just see shit before it happens. Dusty can look at somebody as a performer, be like, oh, that guy's money, this guy's money. But what he did was he taught these guys, even guys who were already out there when they brought Seth Rollins in and Kevin Owens in and Sasha Banks and Bayley and all these people. It was Dusty who sat in the back with them and said, listen, this is how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody and I loved him so much as a kid because there's no one that looked like him. No one talked like him. Flair was the closest, but was the closest. And he did stuff in the ring that other guys his shape wouldn't be able to do. Okay.
Without a doubt.
And that's how it is.
Could you imagine? I don't forget. I remember when he did a cross body off the top rope on Harley.
On Harley,
for his first NWA World Title, and I was blown away by that. How does a guy his size do that?
Because he could. Okay, that's it. There's nothing. So Ronnie Garvin, all you want to come on and get this cheap heat on this fucking some guy's radio show? Fuck you, man. And if you were a great wrestler and you contributed more than you did, then maybe some of your shit would be valid.
He wasn't even a face of the NWA.
It was like they put the belt on him like the balls.
How long did he have the belt? 2 months.
But dude, it was Dusty's booking,
and he still made money in those 2 months. He said he quoted himself saying, "I made the most money when I was the champion." Then you should be thankful to Dusty.
That's what I'm saying.
You fucking twat.
Yeah, he almost contradicts everything he says.
Yeah, of course he did.
No offense to our Canadian contingency, but he's a fucking
them.
He's a dumb Canuck.
Fuck Canucks.
He's a dumb fucking Canuck.
And that's why you are the fuck you wrestler of the week.
100%.
Second time in a row.
Second time in a row.
God damn it.
You shitbag. Fucking bag of
Go,
douche.
go join fucking Billy Graham. How about
I'll
that?
tell you right now, man. That was done well. Very
Done well. Thank you. Thank you, Chop.
Whew.
All right, listen, we'll take a quick break, and we got a cool throwback for you.
Really good, actually.
Yeah, it's don't ask Jay that. Jay has another opinion.
That's fine. No, that's why we have the show.
That's why we have Jay on the show.
Yeah, somebody has to say it. This was WCW 2000.
Wow. You want to know something? I would have to agree with that because the level of talent. Ooh.
So,
it was
we'll
very,
get into
the talent. Yeah, we'll get
into it.
All right.
Let's plug our buddies.
Let's plug our buddies. We'll take a quick break, and we forgot to order food, Jay. we were supposed to get dinner. We didn't get dinner.
That's all
It's
right.
all right. We'll hit McDonald's or something on the way in my house. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a Turnbuckle Throwbacks. We're live on the rant, and thanks for hanging out with us so early tonight. Thanks for Ben for hanging out with us from England and Tony Season in the YouTube.
Fuck those guys. I'm just kidding. I love this guy. I love Tony C and I love Ben.
I love Ben. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Hang out. Lord Alfred Hayes, take us to the break, buddy.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Okay, let's give this a try. The Shining Wizards is a funny wrestling podcast. No. The Shining Wizards is an insightful wrestling podcast. How about this? The Shining Wizards is a great wrestling podcast that airs live Monday nights at 7 p.m. East on rantemradio.com and Rant Entertainment Media on the TuneIn app. Of course, it's available on all podcasting platforms. I think that covers it. To check us out, go over to shiningwizards.com and get ready to join us for some wrestling talk and talk about wrestling.
I don't know. All those moments lost in time. Like
In a world where Hollywood tries to tell you how to live while doing the exact opposite, where fresh ideas are tossed away for a cash grab reboot, where the media has become nothing but propaganda and freedom is traded for what they tell you is security and safety, there is Inconclusive Breakdown, your weekly look at current events and entertainment with no political correct BS. Just news and uncensored opinions everywhere you get podcasts. A proud member of the Shining Wizards Network.
Horns up, beautiful motherfuckers. Radioactive Metal is here on the Shining Wizards Network, and we want you to listen.
Every week, we cover the world of heavy metal and speak to your favorite bands.
We discuss new releases, concerts, controversies, and everything else that's related to heavy metal.
And occasionally, we even talk about pro wrestling.
Catch us live every Thursday night on purerockradio.net.
Listen to past episodes at radioactivemetal.org or at shiningwizardsnetwork.com.
And remember, it's not metal unless it's radioactive metal.
Hey, this is Mike from the Midnight Jury. When you are done with this show, join my co-hosts Adam, Cal, Sydney, and I every Friday as we travel back to the last old school generation of the 80s and 90s to review the best and worst in pop culture, horror, and occasionally pro wrestling on WLWstudios.com or the Midnight Jury feeds on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, or Player FM. Go back in time when it was all about VHS, arcades, and hanging out at the mall. And remember that every second Saturday of the month, we go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rant EM Radio, which includes taking your calls. Once again, that's the Midnight Jury on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Player FM, and our home, WLWstudios.com. We'll see you there.
This is Ed Zola listening to Phil J and that pain in the ass Choppy on the Turnbuckle Throwbacks. How you doing?
to ECW's November to Remember. We are back in Chicago. I'm Joey Styles. And well, Chicago, Illinois, where the beer flows like wine and the women have all been mine. Because I'll shoot it at their chest, I'll spray it at their breast, but when I can let loose in their face, that's when I like it best. At the Odeum in Chicago, Illinois, 100% man, so ditch your boy. I spread nothing but jubilation and joy, 'cause I inspect her gadget and tickle her toy. Gertner.
Yeah, man. Play some old school GW. All right. This guy should work for Hallmark, Matt says.
I tell you though, the network kills me with this fucking news because there's no original music, man.
Well, that's why I'm playing the original music.
God bless you.
Yeah, fuck the what do you call those people? The ones that look the
copyright.
The copyright people. They can go suck a dick. How about that?
Get off our dick.
You might as well blame Lars for that one.
Thanks, Lars. You Napster fucking
toolbag.
Your toolbox. I love Metallica though. You ready? Let's do it.
And now, here is your throwback of the week, sponsored by the Shining Wizards Network and Rant EM Radio.
All right, throwbackers. Let's kick it back to November 5th of the year 2000 from the Odeum Expo Center in Villa Park, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. Chicago, what a wonderful town.
They have a wonderful casserole.
They have wonderful casserole, Choppy. You're 100% right. It's done well.
Hey, there it is.
Heyo. 4,600 paid. This is ECW's November to Remember
And
2000.
It's ECW's that they're dying. They're on the last legs, pretty much.
I didn't get a buy rate.
I don't think it didn't do too well. It didn't do too well.
I love it.
Oh Lord, that's terrible.
Lord of mercy.
Oh my
Lord of mercy. Let me see. See if I can get it. Let me see here. No, it's not that. It's not that. I thought I had it.
I'll get it.
No, you get it. All right. Yeah, so Jay, so I'm talking to Jay before Choppy comes in for pre-production, and Jay was like, man, this was bad for ECW. I was like, what? I looked at him like, what? He's like, yeah, this is like WCW 2000-ish. I'm like, what?
Yeah, to me, it's WCW too because the booking didn't make sense. I got non-applicable.
You want to know? Wow! You want to hear? I'm on this website. The buy rate was so bad they don't even mention it on the website.
Yes.
That's okay. So you said you're right. It's bad.
not applicable. There was 4,600 people there for a live gate of $165,000, which not bad.
It's a small place though.
It's a small
the place
place.
holds like at least 6,000 people. It's one of those minor league fucking ice hockey arenas.
Yeah, it is.
So, which isn't that bad.
No.
So,
but nearly. I mean, a year ago to this, they were drawn around the same, but. It depends on where they were geographically. They're in Chicago. Chicago's a hotbed.
Well, Midwest was good to ECW.
Yes.
In the later years.
Florida was really good to ECW.
Florida was always good to ECW, but I'm talking about in the later years when they got the
Yeah.
when they got the TNN deal and shit like that. Speaking of TNN, we didn't talk about the video game. AEW's getting a video game, by the way.
I thought we talked about it last week.
Well, they announced it this week officially.
It's officially.
I saw the trailer. The trailer looks good.
Yeah, so I just want to let everybody know, be on the lookout for that.
I'm gonna get it.
I tried to get a PS5 for my son this week. That wasn't happening. I went as far as getting it, and then got it into the cart. Was going to pay for it with my friends, with help from my friend, and they were like, "Oh no, it's out of stock." How'd you let me get it into the fucking cart? And then it's a fucking scam. Anyway, ECW 2000.
I just too much hot shot booking. They're just throwing a lot of shit at the wall,
but you got to commend some of these guys, like for that impromptu match with CW and Kid Cash.
Let's get into it right now. That's the first match, right? Simon Diamond.
No, the first match was Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger. By the way, he looked jacked to the gills.
Unbelievable.
Johnny,
and then it was Christian York, who was also jacked to the gills, and Joey Mercury.
Yeah,
Joey Matthews.
Yeah, Joey Matthews, and the match was really, really good. I would say Swinger beating down on fucking not Swinger, Diamond's beating down on Gurner and fucking Joey Styles at the beginning was pretty good.
Simon has a problem.
Why is it that Joel Gertner has to get beat up every fucking
because
pay-per-view?
the crowd loves him, and then that was the running gag for a lot of pay-per-views because Cyrus always had a hand in doing it.
Well, you got to crowbar, Cyrus into the show. Just I don't know. He doesn't have to get beat up every fucking pay-per-view, but I guess that they were just trying to running gag and what have you. So,
but match was really, really good. I love that finisher that they do.
Oh yeah.
The problem solver.
Yeah.
Love that finisher. That's a really good finisher. I loved it a lot. I think Christian York and Joey Mercury, Joey Matthews, they were like the Hardy Boys of ECW.
Oh yeah.
Hands down.
100%.
They were that young because I think Joey Matthews was like what 21,
Yeah.
20 years old, whatever it was. Very young, very wet behind the ears still, and a lot of like cool high spots, a lot of great shit that I was not expecting. But the finish of the match was definitely just Swinger and Diamond hitting that problem solver finisher, which was fantastic. And then there was a little interference from CW.
Yeah, which led to the next match, which honestly, I think this didn't bother me that much because this played into the unpredictability of live TV, whatever, what have you. Like you could see it being booked. It's a little maybe overbooked, but like I like the seamless transition. I did like that.
I did like the fact that they put this match out of nowhere and they still produced a great fucking match.
And Styles is playing to it on commentary. It's like, Diamond's supposed to be in this match. Kid Cash is supposed to be in this match.
Where's the run sheet?
Where's the run sheet? Like, and then of course, like, Don Callis is playing too much inside baseball.
Yeah.
Like
I like that inside baseball.
That's like that was like the theme of it's another pay-per-view that I didn't realize at the time, but now knowing what it is, like, oh god, like you guys are just like literally just like taunting us with it. Like, come on.
Going to the match, my favorite spot in the match was that delayed top rope vertical suplex from CW onto Kid. It's a simple maneuver, but I loved it. It was my favorite spot.
And like I said, at that time there was nobody was doing that. Like I said, a delayed,
top rope vertical suplex. My God,
great. And one of my favorite Kid Cash. I wanted to ask you guys about was where do you guys stand on Kid Cash?
We spoke about him.
He's one of those guys that was very outspoken in the back, had a really shitty attitude, but he did really well in the ring.
He had good work rate, yeah.
He had really good. He produced
yeah.
very well. I thought that he could have done a little bit better in WWE if he had just kept his mouth shut a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe he was at least cruiserweight champion once in the E, and then after that he was done because he had a tag team with Jamie Noble as the Pitbulls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, the new Pitbulls.
Yeah.
He was he was excellent in TNA. I thought total nonstop attitude
with him and fucking Dallas or fucking the Murder Hawk.
Yeah, Lance Archer.
Yeah, he was good.
Spot here where he did like the Phoenix splash, but it was just like a weird moonsault into like a fist to the face.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but C.W. Anderson is a underrated worker. Like
Very underrated.
this guy is good. And
I think he just didn't go far because he didn't have the physique. You know?
I think that was definitely holding him back, but like he can get it done in the ring. And a great match. I mean, it wasn't too long. It was probably every bit of 8 minutes, 10 minutes.
CW
and Kid Cash, yeah.
That went hold on a minute, I'll tell you right now. It went CW against Kid Cash was 10 minutes 47 seconds.
Yeah, it was a good match. I enjoyed it.
And it was I really enjoyed it. And especially, Kid Cash isn't getting him up for the butterfly power driver. So he got him with the DDT out of nowhere. I actually really enjoyed that finish.
I would have preferred if he had got him with the fucking the what is it called?
Is it the money clip?
I call it the J Driller.
Yeah, I want yeah. I agree too, but I don't know if CW's taking that bump.
Probably not.
That's a hard one to do, I'd imagine. But to me, I love the match. I think it was a great start. It was a high energy start. And then you can kind of
the 6-man match wasn't bad. I really liked I love the fact that the crowd was so into Roadkill.
Oh yeah,
and the fact that Danny Doring is supposed to be the star of the tag team.
By the way,
but yes,
Doring looked jacked to the gills.
Yes, he did.
He looked extra gassed.
And then, but like the fact that Danny Doring is supposed to be the star of the tag team, but yeah,
Roadkill is
getting all the crowd reactions, and Spike Dudley's getting all the crowd reactions too in this match.
Yeah,
but dude, I would love to have seen Roadkill go on the top rope and just nail him and everybody. That one spot where Spike was nailed everybody in the outside of the match.
Yep.
I would love to see Roadkill do that spot because forget it.
Is it me or does Chris Hamrick look like the dude that hangs out at the front of the 7-Eleven by Seaview Hospital?
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Yes, he does.
He looks homeless.
Who the fuck is Chris Hamrick?
It's a Southern indie wrestler.
Yeah, he was a journeyman, I assume.
He was good, but like
I had to Google him. I remember him.
He looked mad old though.
He looked like he was Tracy Smothers old.
He looked like he's that dude asking me for money when I go to 7-Eleven.
I remember him back in the day when this was on, but like I was like, I gotta Google this guy. I had no idea who he was.
The money maker.
And by the way, Julio De Niro, does he not look like a Bizarro World fucking Flip Gordon?
Yes. yes. I wish Julio De Niro had did more with TNA, man. He was with CM Punk for a little bit and Raven, but
I tell you, man, Easy Money too, man. Easy Money had the buckshot lariat.
He had that little run and and then how do you go from one failing company to another failing company?
Right.
Why didn't you just go to the E right away?
And Elektra, huh?
Oof.
Oh, God.
It's like that bad stripper.
She was a stripper in Sopranos, so
it's like that bad stripper that you get to go home with because no one else wanted to.
She's like that old geriatric stripper that's still trying to make it.
She goes home with the dude with the most money because he's like he's not very appealing, and he's in the club and he's dishing out you've seen this in the titty bars, and she gets the VIP fucking roped off lap dance, no sex in the champagne room.
She was,
and then after a couple of shots, she's a supermodel.
She was the brunette Marlena, if you think about it.
And then you take her home and you wake up and you're like, what the fuck did I just do?
Exactly. But the 6-man match was pretty good.
I enjoyed it, and like I said, I mean, you Spike Dudley's just over, and literally just goes. He gets the hot tag over Roadkill, which, like you said, I agree. I think, I'm not saying calling audible in the ring, but you could have had it either one. But Spike Dudley was just everybody was waiting for it. He came in underdog type thing and hits everybody with the acid drop for the win.
Now the next match, this is when it starts going a little downhill. I see what Jay's talking about.
Yeah, I can't stand Louis Dangerously, man.
I can't stand it either. But you know what? I really like this match.
Did you?
I like this match.
I like Chris Chetty.
Do you know the backstory to Chris Chetty? I didn't realize this, but I remember in 2000 when I went to go see a Monday Night Raw. That was the famous Monday Night Raw with Rock's impression of all the guys that was facing at Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
And they did Sunday Night Heat prior to Monday Night Raw, and Chris Chetty debuted on Sunday Night Heat that night. And I was the only one in the crowd who knew who the fuck Chris Chetty was. I was like, "Oh my God, it's Chris Chetty!" And everyone was like, "Who the fuck is Chris Chetty?" and
Taz's cousin.
And that was the same night that Just Incredible debuted.
Okay.
On Monday Night Raw with X-Pac. So I was like, oh shit, it's Chris Chetty from ECW. And everybody's like, who the fuck is Chris Chetty? I was like, dude, he's from ECW, bro. And then after he had a little spot with Sunday Night Heat, he went back to ECW to feud with fucking Nova again.
Yeah.
Nova
was good.
Well, I think that's what it was too. I was a huge fan of Nova back in the day. Like, and watching this match, I'm like, oh, that's why. Like, Nova looked a completely different level. In this match,
he slimmed down so much from when he was part of the Blue Order to where he is now.
He looked
unbelievable.
and his movement in the ring was crisp.
Oh,
everything. Although there was one thing, there was one botch. He looked like he tried to fucking zip himself with the blade.
Yeah.
And like you could just tell he's just like, oh shit, there's nothing there. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, but I really like this match. I'm gonna go out on a limb. This was my match of the night. I love this. I love the story. Once again, it's a little hot-shotted for my liking because it was kind of quick.
Oh yeah, no.
It was really quick. You know, Chetty on the mic. Don't need him on the mic. Not needed. Need a better mouthpiece than fucking sign guy Dudley.
Maybe that's why he never talked when he was part of the Douglas.
That's why is Chris. I wish Chris Chetty would have teamed up with Cactus Jack. They could have been called Chetty Bang Bang.
That's it. That's the name of the show right there. Chetty Bang Bang.
Now that was well done. Wow, that was good. Wow. But Chetty Bang Bang.
That is great.
Holy shit. Good shit. Squires with the win.
Okay, terrific.
Chetty Bang Bang.
That was brilliant. But yeah, I think my match tonight was fucking Cash and fucking the CW Anderson.
100%.
But yeah, no.
I loved it. And like I said,
I do like the main event though.
I like the main event too, but I'll get there.
I don't like the end result of the
I'll get
there. Yeah.
But to me, where was the disconnect? Why is, in my opinion, Nova over? Like he was never gonna. There was only a ceiling for him.
He was one of those like he was over because the crowd liked him.
Yeah,
he was always over.
But like he goes to the E and just doesn't produce. I mean,
that's not just him though. That's a lot of guys that.
Yeah, granted, he was given it wasn't given the best gimmick, but that was a gimmick that you can use.
The Simon Dean gimmick. Yeah,
I mean, that's a gimmick that you can use, but why wasn't like you're not using him for? He was a guy that was known as making like you look at his moveset. Like nobody had that moveset. No. Like that was.
But a lot of people took a lot of his moves, man.
Absolutely, they did. You know, and
that Kryptonite. What was it? The Kryptonite Crunch.
Yeah.
I believe fucking Shane Helm started using that shit too.
Yeah, because nobody wanted to take the vertebrae.
No, nobody wanted to take it. and then the Novocaine, which was the downward spiral, Edge took that from him.
Yeah.
A lot of moves were taken from this guy because he came out with so many fucking moves. Man, he was great.
I like I said, I like this move. Nova had to win.
Nova.
You know? But I don't think Chetty did. Chetty leave the company after this.
After this, he was like never to be heard from again.
Yeah, I know. I think he retired. I had to look it up. I think he retired.
He probably sells
in like
condominiums
05.
in Howell Beach.
Now the next match was fucking terrible, which was the Baldies versus.
Oh.
Can I ask where Chili Willy came from?
I forget.
I
Dude.
forget too. Like he's a fucking afterthought.
He came in at like the dying days of ECW.
Well, that's when Axel and Ian left. Well, Axel left.
This is now once again. This is where we're going into the hot shot booking. They're like, all right, we need somebody to team with Balls. All right, Chili Willy, you're in.
Why couldn't you have Chili Willy in the 6-man and then it's
Spike
Spike and Spike with balls? I don't get it.
Chili Willy, do you have jeans with you? Now all I got is my gear. Fucking go out with your gear on. It's like, dude, like one of these is not like you're going into a flaming tables match and you're gonna wear wrestling gear.
You know what Chili Willy reminds me of? He reminds me of Vordell Walker from TNA.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like great move sets, but
great. He was a great work. He was a great wrestler,
but no personality.
Okay, terrific.
This match was about 8 minutes too long.
I feel bad for the Baldies because they could have been a nice crew, but
they were a good crew. I enjoyed them.
I enjoyed them too because they were the quintessential.
Who's the short guinea in the crew?
DeVito.
DeVito, there you go.
They are the quintessential heel team to be beat up. Like, you know that as soon as they come to the ring, you know they're fucking losing.
That's right.
But it's going to be a good match.
DeVito looks like Phil Reyes' cousins from Long Island.
You know, and you know who?
I respect you, Jin. You're an intelligent Jew businessman.
And you know, I made so once. So who did I say Julio De Niro looked like? Flip Gordon, Bizarro World.
Yeah.
Angel, I swear to God, from a distance, looks like Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
From a distance.
The Spanish Angel kind of looked a little,
Yeah.
like a little, bale kind of guy. But you know,
I'm over here now.
But I like I said, it took a while to get to the ending.
Oof.
It took a long while. Like, you could have given Chetty Nova a little bit more time.
Yeah, this went 12 minutes, 17 seconds.
Way too long.
8 minutes too long.
It should have been like, just put two guys to the table.
Don't even go to the crowd. Don't even fight. I think the crowd's chanting, "We can't see you. We can't see you."
What's the point?
Don't even fucking go in the crowd.
I mean, hey,
It's not the ECW arena. You know? That's where the ECW.
it's not your sister's house.
Yeah. Although they had a great fucking moveset inside the aisleway. That I liked, but that was 4 minutes, 5 minutes later.
You know what match was really pointless? The next match.
Well, no, it's not, and I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
Rhino's been on a fucking tear lately.
Yeah.
But what, dude?
And listen, they've made him this credible monster. Now you put New Jack on him, who really never loses.
True.
So now it's like, okay, if you can beat anybody, now you got to beat New Jack. And New Jack don't fucking, he's really not a wrestler.
My man took a guitar shot and sold that mother. Well, he sold it a little bit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's the man beast. He's the fucking. I mean, again, not a great match, but I see why they did it.
I love Rhino to death. That guy is a very, very.
He was a star, man.
A former ECW world champion,
He was their last world champion.
Yeah, and former NWA world champion.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak more highly of Rhino. He should have been a much bigger deal in WWE. However, he did fantastic in ECW in the dying days of ECW. He was like their. If Rob Van Dam was the heart of ECW, then fucking Rhino was the backbone of ECW.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like I said, where's Rob Van Dam? The crowd is chanting. Well, I mean that's towards the end. Excuse me, but I'm jumping ahead. You just said it.
All I'm saying is like it you know, even though on paper it doesn't look right, for storyline purposes it had to happen.
Well, he had you have to have Rhino go over an established star, and New Jack is established.
He's been there for years.
New Jack was over,
and he was over. This was a total.
New Jack was 5 years in at that point because I was at his debut in '95.
This was this match was totally a New Jack style match.
It was supposed to be though,
and like I said, towards the end, a little chicanery at the end,
monkey fuckery, yeah.
Yeah, but Rhino had to win. There's no way he was losing that title yet. But the next match, I like too. You can never go wrong with the FBI, work wise. I'm not saying gimmick wise.
Tony Mamaluke though.
Tony Mamaluke was a bumping,
again with you with Tony Mamaluke.
Tony Mamaluke though.
Tony Mamaluke is a bumping machine.
He's a fake guinea though.
He's a fake guinea.
Isn't he a Jew bagel?
I don't know.
I think he's Jewish. I remember Joey Styles. I forgot what pay-per-view was. He called him. He was like, he's not even really Italian.
His real name is what's his real name here? Hold on. Does it even say?
I'll look it up right now.
Let's see.
He did make it to the E at one point.
Yeah. Like I said,
his name is Charles John Spencer.
You know who trained him?
Let me guess.
Johnny Rods?
No, the shooter.
Malenko.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, now.
Fuck him.
He's a New Yorker. I can't.
Fuck him. But I love fucking Little Guido.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorites.
And he's only like a year in the business at this point.
Yeah, I know.
He debuted in '99.
Listen, look where he's at, holding a
World
tag
Tag Champion.
By the way, when we were
prominent spot
when we went to FTW, I tell you, man, fucking Little Guido was one of the nicest guys.
Yes, he was. Yes,
very,
he was.
very,
very
nice.
respectful.
Cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
And he looked fantastic for almost 50.
Your boy Carlos said that Tony Mamaluke was the muscle of the FBI.
The muscle. He looked like a wet noodle.
You stop.
He looked like a wet linguine.
That's what my father-in-law used to call Mikey. Linguini with sneakers.
Oh.
But I like this match.
What about Tajiri though? Oh my god,
dude.
His kick.
There's not enough words for the
beyond
love I have for Yoshihiro Tajiri.
beyond description.
Probably one of the most successful Japanese wrestlers in the history of American wrestling, if you think about it.
Agreed. Agreed.
I would go number one would be the Great Muta. Then you probably go Shinsuke and then Tajiri, because Shinsuke did really well in E. He hasn't been WWE champion yet, but he did really well, and I still think Tajiri was very popular.
I think you can make the argument. You can interchange Tajiri and Nakamura.
Yeah, you could.
I think you can make the argument. But still, I mean, at least long standing.
Yeah, of course.
But when he was in, especially at this time, this dude was a you looked at him, he was a trained assassin. That's what we would believed him to be. This guy was fucking great. And especially in this match, they did a great thing with Mikey getting hurt. And then all of a sudden, Super Crazy coming out. And now the two stars that there was you can't name many better matches in ECW than Tajiri against Super Crazy.
Correct.
Now they're on the same team, and now we're getting to see it, and I liked it. I liked the idea of it. Like, once again, just continuity wise and long term wise, where are you going with this?
Exactly.
Like, it's hot. You're just shooting shit.
But going back to Jerry, I mean, the whole idea of doing a fucking Boston Crab on the fucking ropes, calling it the Tarantula, fucking genius, man. The guy is such an innovator. I mean, he makes, and on top of that, those kicks of his, those strikes, they look so legit.
And especially when he changed his pants and he had those Japanese pants.
Yeah.
With that, whatever that material is, and he was doing a leg slap. I guess we can kind of blame him for the leg slaps or what have you. But man, there is no way. You looked at those kicks, and that, once again, I think I said it on the show. It's like, show me where you could fit a sheet of paper in between that, because this guy was an unbelievable fucking hitter.
Oh my god! I mean, and then when he went to the E, he was still fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I remember him going up against guys like fucking Regal sometimes, and when him and Regal were still like, he was Commissioner Regal's like fucking lackey. So funny. But when him and Regal broke up, man, dude, they used to tear it up, those two, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't talk any more highly of
Tajiri. And there's something we missed. It's escaping me with match, but there was a ref bump at some point. I think it was in the Kid Cash match where the ref is all of a sudden outside the ring, and Louis dangerously comes in. Like, there's bad camera work.
Yeah, it is.
There's bad camera work,
Well,
and it's evident in this match. Tajiri hits Big Sally Graziano, comes off the moonsault, and where's the camera?
Well, you want to talk about back camera? What about the buckshot and from Easy Money, and didn't even get that in the fucking shot? That was retarded.
So
thank God for Joey Styles.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And like I said, but FBI. I have an affinity for the FBI. I don't know why. I think I love the whole ridiculousness of it. Like, Tracy Smothers, Tommy Rich. I love
Tommy Rich and Tracy
Smothers. The first incarnation of them was dope, though. They had JT Smith.
I love the idea of it. Like, the idea of the absurdity of it. Like, that I like. So I always liked FBI, but they made a wrong call with not putting the belts on Super Crazy.
I agree.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I completely
100%.
You're not changing ECW's future, but it would still make great TV to have them on it. To me, it's like, that's where it's like, it was building up for it, and then you fucking deflated it right there. Like,
I completely agree.
All right, here we go. Double Jeopardy match for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship.
By the way, the promos leading up to it, I really enjoyed.
Do we want to hear Just Incredibles?
Yeah, let's do it. With Francine?
Yes.
That was really good.
All right, let's do that. Let's play this one real quick.
Because even with Francine, it played into the whole why she manages the champion. Like, oh, that's what it is. And like, we all know it, but like, the fact that she's admitting it is like, oh, awesome. Like, you're actually gonna admit that you're a fucking bitch.
All right, here we go.
All the hype, all the publicity, the legacy of the November to Remember. First time ever, Double Jeopardy match. And the ECW World Heavyweight title is coming
home to me.
ECW heavyweight title is coming home to Just Incredible because he has the greatest motivation. This is his motivation. And he doesn't get this until he gets that belt back around his waist. And when he gets that belt back around his waist, he's going to have a whole new meaning to home, sweet home.
Like, I actually, to me, it's like you're completely fucking, putting yourself out there, but
That you're a skank? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, we love Francine.
But yeah,
That was her job.
but she played it to the T.
He goes, hey, Matt Squires, hey, that's Oldo Montoya.
Oldo Montoya.
Choppy, does he represent you as a Portuguese man of war?
Absolutely.
That's
I
Matt.
don't know if you know this, but I follow both Aldo Montoya and Just Incredible on Twitter. and I'll tell you
Why
right
don't you talk to him and tell him to come on the show?
I will try to. I
would do it in Portuguese.
Here, I can get Aldo.
Get him.
Yeah.
I won't have to translate for you guys, but
Yeah.
by all means,
Earn your fucking keep finally.
hey, my contract.
You're not getting a new contract until you get him on the show.
Listen, my contract says that I don't have to translate for nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Nunca.
No es Tito Santana. No es
No es Tito Santana. No es Ricky Steamboat. No es nobody.
Nunca.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
All right, Steve Corino and Just Incredible versus the champion Jerry
This was just. I wish Jerry had held onto the belt.
I like the match. I'm sorry. I liked it.
I like the match too, but come on, why Jerry just got the belt?
Let's make a case here. All right, Phil, you like the match. Your point.
Steve Corino. I think at that time, at that particular time, it was his time. Taking nothing away from Jerry Lynn, they could have kept the belt on Jerry Lynn a little longer, but Steve Corino, that was his time.
I would have given the belt to Steve Corino at Guilty as Charged, their last pay-per-view.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if they, I'm happy with
Or Anarchy Rules.
He won.
Massacre at 34th Street, which is the next pay-per-view
next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But I love how Choppy's Portuguese connection start and end with Montoya. That's awesome. Yeah, I thought it was his time. So, and knowing what I know now about Steve Corino even more, it makes sense to me.
I agree. Listen, I know the curtain's coming down on ECW. At this point, I agree with Choppy. I think you could. I think you could.
Hey now, that's my gimmick.
I think
not tonight.
I think you could put the belt on Corino
at another time.
At another time.
So Jerry Lynn should have retained.
I think he should have retained.
so.
You made such a big deal about Jerry Lynn
He won it.
finally obtaining.
And he won it in his hometown of all places.
You make such a big deal about him obtaining it. The wrestlers come out, they give him the whole big thing, and then the next pay-per-view, his first title defense, a second title defense, I think it was actually.
It's his first, I think. Didn't he win it last month?
He won it the month. They did
He won in September?
They did bi-monthly, yeah.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
they I think they did bi-monthly now. I don't know.
Well,
Whatever.
I believe he won in September. They skipped October, then they went to November, and then they
Yes.
started doing like every.
So this was his first title defense.
It was his
It was
first.
either his first one, but he might have did one on TNN. I don't know. I might be getting my timeline mixed up. Regardless, first or second, whatever it is, I think you made such a big deal, and that's where I'm saying about the hot shot.
Yep.
Oh, we didn't push the needle on ECW on TNN. It really is your gimmick.
He has to show me up.
You didn't push the needle on TNN.
That was done well.
Let's try Corino. To me, that's where I get with it, and like I don't know, Jesus.
Hey now.
And
If it sticks to me, I can only imagine what it was to you guys.
Wow.
to
Wafting.
Yeah.
Wafting.
Wow. you gotta see my girl Gerda Malika when she farts, she'll waft it, but she doesn't know how to waft. She just does this. She just projects it to your area. Anyway, side note. But yeah, to me, I like Corino with the belt. I think it could have happened a month later. I think you got to give Jerry Lynn his just due because of, like I said, it just seems like now you're just switching the belt to switch the belt. And this is where I go WCW 2000. You were just throwing the belt at guys, trying to move a fucking needle. This is how I
would
perceive
have
it.
given it to Fred Durst when he made his debut in ECW.
That's funny. So this was a double Jeopardy match. It was an elimination match. Just Incredible eliminates Jerry Lynn. At 16.
but
so now that means Jerry Lynn already lost the title and he didn't have to.
You know, and it's funny because like Sandman doesn't come out for the first 6-7 minutes. Then it takes him 4 minutes to get to the ring.
That's that's his gimmick though.
But
the Ultimate Warrior of ECW.
It would have made more sense. It would have made more sense for him to come out, have the match start, and him drink beer in the fucking crowd.
He's looking for something to make sense in ECW.
When did anything ever make sense in ECW? Well,
very few
in
things.
WCW. Things are supposed to make sense.
Yeah.
When it didn't, and then it is what it is.
But I like.
No.
Uh-oh.
Choppy is the porta potty man of war.
Yes. Was that Squires? Yes. Look, Phil's about to cry.
That is awesome.
I can't take it. Oh my. I can't take this motherfucker.
But
Chetty Bang Bang.
Oh my!
That's definitely the name of the episode. I love that. Chetty Bang Bang.
So it's not done well.
I don't know, man. You're gonna have to pick.
Yeah.
You'll pick.
Oh, I hate these decisions.
Fuck you. Last week's was contribution. You gotta contribute.
You're
some way.
welcome. That was my gimmick, man.
You gotta contribute.
I was
some way.
contribution.
Done well. Contribution done well.
But and then
Anyway.
and then like I said, and then we have a 4-way fucking juice job all across.
Lots of blood.
Did everyone have to fucking juice in this match? Honestly,
No.
Seriously though.
Well,
No.
Carino, we all know Carino has
Carino
has to juice.
Carino
Why
has to
though?
bleed.
He's the Flair of fucking ECW now.
Well, that was it. He was the king of old school. That was his gimmick.
But I like something like that. And then the fact that it came down to Just Incredible and Carino, I liked it. And then they gave him a little bit of time. I really did kind of like that. The fucking shenanigans with the girls, listen, who doesn't like to see Francine's ass? Let's put it that way.
I think
Francine still looks good.
I think she looks better now than she did back then.
Oh,
she
looks great
does.
now.
God bless her.
Yeah, she looks great now.
My son was googly-eyed over her.
So was Jay.
Yeah.
Jay was smitten with her.
I grabbed her when she was eating a pretzel.
Most certainly did.
Excuse me, I know you're eating right now,
I'm
but
eating that salty
you mind
pretzel.
taking a picture with me and then talking into this microphone?
Yeah, can you just lean over a little bit?
Yeah.
So I can get some
Get
of
closer.
that?
Get
Yeah.
closer.
Come a little closer.
Ignore
Don't
this,
be shy.
Ignore this mustache I have for today. I don't normally have a
As
mustache.
Big Pun would say, I put away the
I've
wood
got
and
to
give you the
ask you about this.
mustache.
How was she after you? Like, was she approachable?
Oh, she was very, very much so. Very much so. And she actually said that she enjoys doing that type of stuff. Like, she's like, I was like, oh, thank you very much for doing it. She goes, oh, it's my pleasure. She goes, I really like doing this type of stuff.
Because people still acknowledge her.
Well, I think it's a lot of those things. And I think we talked about it after the
And
thing.
she's
Like,
humble.
I think wrestlers like to take a step back and see the fruit of their labor.
Anybody who worked and had a contribution for ECW now can sit back and say, wow, we did some shit.
Yeah.
Hey, look at Joel Gerner.
Yeah.
When we went to go see
Oh,
him.
yeah. He was
fucking
How do you
nice.
not ride that wave? How do you not just go, listen, I was part of the Blue Meanie. Look at fucking,
everybody, man. Everybody who's big in there. Man.
I would love to have met the Blue Meanie though. I would love to meet that guy.
You gotta get him on the show. He has his own podcast now.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
And just to put a bow on the match, I did not like the ending. I really did not like the ending.
Yeah, Choppy did the same thing though.
Yeah.
Because you're throwing how many cane shots at Steve Carino? 3-4 cane shots, and he fucking no sells it. You know what I mean? Like,
when did Steve Carino become Rhino all of a sudden?
No, I just think it was for the match.
And it's funny because they did a little homage to Japanese strong style. They were doing a little chop fest, which was I loved it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Loved it. I could see where Carino's getting it, but you're gonna no sell that. That's what you're gonna no sell. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it was like a heat of the moment thing. I don't think he.
I get it, and then
purposely meant to no sell something like that.
and listen, the neck breaker, the old school explosion. Come on, that's
again.
Don't like that.
All right.
I listen. He hit it with him. He hit it on him twice or 3 times. So like that part makes sense, but to me.
Right.
And then, like I said, and then at the end, Jerry Lynn handing the belt over. Like, You just kicking the shit out of him 3 minutes ago outside the ring as an angry. First off, let's talk about this logic. You lose the belt, right? And then you're gonna stick around on ringside and watch the end of the match. Where's that fucking logic? Sandman, I understand. Sandman drank a keg of beer in the back. He's just out there going, "Oh, well, there's a fight in front of us. Let's just do this." Well, actually, he has a voice like this, actually. But that I understand. But Jerry Lynn, you fucking go back there, and then all of a sudden you turn heel the next week. That's what's supposed to fucking happen. Anyway, rant over.
Good point, Jay. Can't argue that.
No, yeah.
So we'll be giving this grade. I give it a C minus.
I give it a little bit higher than that. I give it just a plain C.
You know, I was going to say, it was funny because I thought you were going to go B minus, and I was going to go C. I was saying C.
I give it a C.
They were good matches. Listen,
when the preliminary matches are better than most of the card, that's kind of sad. You know,
hello WCW 2000.
But normally ECW is a open well and they finish well, or vice. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, so they didn't come correct in that particular way.
Listen, we can always figure out how it happened. Paul's just juggling too many fucking plates.
I don't even think Paul was there that night. I think he was
Paul. Where's Paul?
I think he was filming that stupid rollerball movie.
Yeah, probably. Or negotiating with Vince.
And if he was, and then it shows, he was probably
because I think Tommy Dreamer was booking this shit.
Yeah, Paul's got a SAG now too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I got some coverage.
Give me Paul. Oh wait, which Paul?
Paul?
Which Paul, sir?
Yeah, the blonde one.
Give me the blonde one, the one who shaved his head.
Not the fat Jew.
Yeah, no, forget the Jew.
Not the walrus.
Give me Terrorizing.
Yeah,
that's right.
Nah, like I said, you could sit there and look at it, and to me, it was hot shot. It was just like they were just trying to do stuff just to do stuff, and I get it on a small basis, but if you're trying to pull the fucking nose up of this company, of this ship, you can't do that with this type of stuff. And listen, they did the best that they can. This is the talent pool they had left. Where the fuck was Rob Van Dam?
I think he's still injured.
Yeah,
and
because I think he doesn't come back until guilty as charged against Jerry Lynn.
No, he was back already.
Was he back
he was
already?
I
didn't remember.
Van Terminator already came. Scotty Anton.
Oh yeah, you're right. Where the fuck is Van Dam in this pay-per-view?
Yeah, he was out. I think this is.
Give me fucking Paul. Where's Paul?
This is when he was negotiating. I think he was negotiating with WCW at this time. And
there was rumors that he was supposed to go to WCW. That's right.
I think this is when he was kind of having an FU. He was owed money. He was owed money from Paul Heyman.
Can I actually remember this number? Do you know how much Heyman owed to RVD after the company went under? $165,000.
And that's a testament to the guys. The guys that went down with the ship. Tommy Dreamer is one of them. The guys that went down with the ship.
He owed Tommy more. I think he owed Tommy like $200,000.
Probably still owes Tommy money.
I think he still does. I think he actually still does. And listen, I mean, the wrestling business is the wrestling business, you know.
Could you imagine what he must owe to like Danny Doring and Roadkill after they won the?
I want to see the tab. I know Tommy Dreamer said he kept record.
I think it was like $200,000, but I know Rob Van Dam was $165,000.
I want to see it because it's got to be astronomical numbers.
And like I said, I mean, kudos to say what you want about Heyman. You know, right, wrong, or indifferent. This guy, he tried everything. He knew there was a fleeting moment. There was an absolute fleeting moment where ECW was taken over. It was counterculture. It was trailblazing in a sense. Late 97, 98, 99 was ECW's time.
Yeah.
You know, WCW was kicking ass in the ratings, obviously, but come 99, they just get their deal with TNN. I think come 99, they just get their deal with TNN. I think maybe early 2000 they get it. But to me, you cannot deny the impact that's happening. It's still happening to this point. It's still feeling the effects, and it's great. Oh, I think we got something.
Here, you want to hear the numbers?
Good.
15 people that got fucked by Paul Heyman.
I love the fact that it's a
all right.
Google
So
thing.
New Jack was undisclosed. He never released it. Sandman was undisclosed. Just Incredible was $7,990.
Wow, that's fucking cheap.
Dawn Marie $9,000.
Whoa.
Mikey Whipwreck $12,000.
By the way, speaking of Dawn Marie, I just want to cut you off. Why the fuck did she turn on Carino?
I don't know. It was weird.
And he wins the belt anyway?
Roadkill, 21,250.
Wow.
Little Guido, 25K. Francine, $47,275.
Wow.
Shane Douglas, 48K. Rhino, 50K, and he was the world and television champion. Joey Styles, 50,480.
Wow.
Tommy Dreamer, $100,000.
Wow.
Rob Van Dam, I was close, 150,000. He owed Vince McMahon money apparently.
Yeah.
Well, Vince was bankrolling his fucking payroll.
Where's my cut, Paul? You fucking
And then
Jew.
Paul Heyman, after he filed for bankruptcy, owed $7.5 million in ECW expenses.
Wow.
That's a lot of fucking money, dude.
Yeah, but you know what? But you know what? Vince made that money back tenfold.
He did.
With the rise and fall. And now think about it. What was it? 04?
I bought that fucking DVD when it first came out.
I had the ECW.
I still have it.
I still have it.
I still have it.
Yeah, and I still have the ECW beanie.
You
as
still
well.
have that thing?
I still have the
lost
ECW
mine.
beanie. I got to see if it fits my fucking big head now. But when that came out, like I said, because I was a fan of ECW. Used to, and I think I've said it on the show. Used to stay up on MSG Network 1:00 in the morning.
Me too.
I set the record, go to sleep. I used to watch it with my old man the next day, and we used to watch it. And I remember just like thinking of it, just like, wow, this is great. And then as soon as they made TNN, like, wow, man, we're seeing something, we're part of something. And then once you start learning the business, like, whoof, how the fucking
What was that?
Wait, what was it, Jay?
It was fucking, the rug was taken right out from them, and because of money. And listen, you can only spin so many plates on a fucking stick.
He says that the reason that ECW went under was because he was still waiting on pay-per-view money. I find that very
I agree with that.
No way.
I agree with
No
that.
way.
Yes. He ain't getting much pay-per-view money
That's
from
why
this one.
people fucked by Paul, and not once his wife made the list. Ring that bell.
I agree with that in a sense, because if he had that money earlier, he could have paid something. But all you're doing is just prolonging the inevitable.
How do you make $165,000 at the gate? Sell thousands in merch. You sell and then you probably get like the money from the video games. Like how? How does this happen?
Don't get me started.
You're just handing it out.
We should actually do a whole show on the rise and fall of ECW.
I would love to.
I would love to do that.
I would love
just
to.
watch the DVD and get all our facts.
I have the DVD, so if you I don't know if you guys still have.
I have mine. Yeah, I
so
think we should just watch it, and then we'll
watch
do like a retrospect and some of our favorite matches.
It's on the network too.
Oh, okay.
It's on the network because I saw it on the network.
Anything else we had here?
No, that's it. I'm good.
Yeah, I liked it, but you could definitely tell it was over.
Yeah, it was going downhill.
It was going
A
downhill.
little sad, but
Yeah, in retrospect, at the time, like you said, Carino winning, cool. Like, oh man, it's
but
gonna be good.
not that time. I mean, like later on in
I think yes. Well, now looking at it retrospectively, yeah, because I think Jerry Lynn deserved a little bit more than that. Because, and by the way, Jerry Lynn looked fucking jacked.
He always looked good.
He always looked fantastic.
Dude, that guy was, and
he still looks good.
Yeah,
I saw him the other night breaking up a fight.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He broke up the Brandy Rhodes fight with the other chick.
Yeah.
And towards the end too. With
towards the end, yeah,
Eddie Kingston.
You know what I loved about Jerry Lynn is that he was one of those guys that's pretty much won a title in every company he's been in.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the Ring of Honor World Champion at one point. He was ECW World Champion. He was the TNA X Division Champion.
Yeah.
He was tag team champions with AJ fucking Styles, dude.
He should have, but once again, TNA, granted he wasn't much on his promo wasn't bad.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
But it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible, and he always had that death metal growl.
He loves death metal. And enjoy the Talk Shop Mania pay-per-view. Just started, actually.
Yeah, man.
And we're back next week.
Same bad time?
Yeah, just same bad channel, just different location. That's all. Anything else?
No, this show was done well today, I tell you.
Yeah, done well.
Done well.
Done well. You know the social media gimmicks, the handles. Thank you very much for participating. Everybody came out early.
Tenacious Tim. Pretty Pete.
Oh, I hate that.
Done well. That was brilliant.
Yeah, this episode was done well. Say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie.